multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch. Now that you've reached
Caesar, just look at him. Politician, general, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Well, hello to you, and you. Every time I try to rest, the culture says, Brayla, we need to go on tour. I heard you. Guilty on all 34 felony charges. Hello, everybody. Higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Don't worry, I'll play the Tubi video and a little bit later on the show. Child, we have a lot to get to. Woo! Jesus Christ, Father God. You see the virtual tour background, you hear the virtual tour music, and then there is me. Hey, everybody, welcome in, child. Woo, man. I was laying in bed, minding my own business. Of course, Melody Cherie Lee is live right now. By the way, code new skin for 40% off. Go to 7thAvenueBeauty.net to get your makeup, anything and everything. by the way. So just want to promote black excellence for sure, because we do that all the time around here. But child, let's get into some things. Y'all. Lord help me. So we're going to start off with this. Former President 45 has been found guilty on all counts in his historic case as the first former president charged with a criminal offense. 45 also now becomes the first former president to be convicted of a crime. This comes to us from ABC News. Good morning, America. Victory for America. Now send him to prison. Great day for us. Let the rants begin. Oh, Lord Jesus. Not the... Oh, Jesus. Pow. Oh, my Lord. All right. So, y'all, here it is here. 21 minutes ago, right here on the Shade Room. Former President 45 has been found guilty on the 34 felony counts after falsifying business records. After paying adult entertainer Stormy Daniels $130,000 shortly before the election. This decision comes after 7 weeks of testimony. It is historically the first criminal trial of an American president. 45 was indicted in March of last year following a years-long investigation. The jury reached its verdict after 9.5 hours of deliberations. Yesterday, Judge Juan Merchant instructed jurors for about an hour about how they were meant to inform jurors about how they are supposed to consider the 34 business falsification. The testimonies that the jury heard included claims that 45, Cohen, and Dave Pecker applied to cover up this payment. Cohen testified twice. Pecker testified on his phone calls with 45. 45 did not take the witness stand to offer his own account of what happened, despite proclaiming before the trial that he would absolutely testify. Overall, the prosecution called 20 witnesses in the case, while defense called 2. 45 continuously falsified claims that the charge against him was a political grab orchestrated by President Joe Biden to keep the president from getting back in office. 45 still has 3 other cases against him: a federal election interference case in Washington, D.C., a state election interference case in Georgia, a federal case alleging that he mishandled classified documents in state and national security information. Sentencing is set for July 11th. He will never see one day in jail, unfortunately. All 34 counts is wild. So does he still get to run is the question there. Yeah, he could still be president and be in jail. He can still only get probation, not go to jail as well. Yes, being convicted criminal does not disqualify someone from running for office. Yes, y'all really, hell, I cannot. He definitely can't run for president no more. Bull-ish. If a felon can't vote, then how can a felon be president? On all 34 counts told, y'all, New York was not playing with this man. A felon for president. Yep, this is America, the new home of the ghetto. And so he has spoken. Listen, everyone, my civil rights have been totally violated with this highly political, unconstitutional, election interfering witch hunt. Our failing nation is being laughed at all over the world. It really is. It's so sad. The jury instructions by highly conflicted Judge Juan Merchant, who is a Latino, were unfair, misleading, inaccurate, and unconstitutional. They were also very confusing, just what the judge wanted, because there was no crime. Not only did this highly conflicted, biased Judge Juan Merchant prevent me from presenting the fact I did not take a tax deduction on the legal expense, which was marked correctly as a legal expense. The judge did not allow my lawyers to get tax records from the former attorney, whose name I am not allowed to mention due to the unconstitutional gag order imposed upon me. Election interference witch hunt. Child, welcome in, everybody. Hey to Lady B, hey to Keisha Brooks, hey to Annette Clark, hey to Jonelle Speaks, hey to the network specialist. Hey, Loretta Rascus, welcome in. Hey, Veronica Monroe, welcome in, everybody. We are live on tour. Child, it is Thursday. It is Thursday. Damn it, it is Thursday. Now, Politico has an article. Biden said if black Americans stormed the Capitol, 45 wouldn't be talking about pardons. Did he lie, though? The remarks came as the campaign launched a new black voter outreach strategy in Philadelphia. President Joe Biden tore into 45 over his record on race on Wednesday, targeting the former president for his past comments before a crowd of black voters in Philadelphia. What would have happened if black Americans had stormed the Capitol? I don't think he would be talking about pardons. Biden said, this is the same guy who wanted to tear gas you as you peacefully protested George Floyd murder. It's the same guy who still calls the Central Park Five guilty, even though they were exonerated. He's the landlord who denies housing applications because of the color of your skin. He's the guy that won't say Black Lives Matter and invokes neo-Nazi and third rich terms. We all remember 45 is the same guy who unleashed the birtherism lie against Barack. Did he tell any lies, though? No, he did not. Biden's remarks came as he and Vice President Kamala Harris rallied supports at Jarrett College, where they launched an organized effort to win over black voters. The campaign is an 8-figure investment in engagement with black student groups, community, and faith-based organizations across battleground states. In the coming months, Biden's comments were among several direct appeals to black Americans. 45 is pandering and peddling lies and stereotypes for your vote so he can win for himself, not for you. Biden said, well, 45, I have a message for you, not in our house and not on our watch. But it wasn't the first time that the president has leveled such attacks against 45. But Wednesday's speech marked the most forceful rhetoric he's used. It served as a response to efforts by 45 and his allies to appeal to voters in Democratic strongholds, including Atlanta and a heavily Latino black neighborhood, the Bronx. In his own campaign events, 45 has recently has slammed Biden's policy as harmful to communities of color. Joe Biden is gaslighting black voters and failing to address his terrible policies that are hurting our community. Jayana Thomas, the 45 campaign black media director. Okay. In a statement, the Biden campaign is panicking because they see black voters aren't buying what Biden is selling, and President 45 is receiving record high support in the polls from black voters that we haven't seen in decades. Well, I wonder what Janai Thomas has to say now about her client running for president being convicted on 34 counts of lying about his business. Now, this comes to us from USA Today. These are live updates here. What happens now? What happens to 45 now? When will he be sentenced? Judge Juan Merchant has scheduled 45 sentencing for July 11th, and 45 is out free until then. Because this is 45's first felony offense, his sentence is likely to be light as probation or home confinement. If he does receive a jail sentence, it'll probably be less than a year. 45 is likely to appeal the conviction. That would push any jail time until after the election. Well, I mean, listen, he can do what he wants to do. In the same token, though, sorry. There we go. He can do what he wants to do, but guess what? He has been found guilty. You can't do nothing about that. Can 45 go to prison? Yes, each felony count of falsifying records elevate to a felony offense because prosecutors prove their purpose was to conceal another crime, carries a maximum sentence of 4 years. That means he could theoretically face more than a decade in prison. But given 45 doesn't have a criminal record and was not a violent crime, experts say he is likely to get a sentence as light as probation or home confinement. If he does get jail time, probably less than a year. So, yes, indeed, child. Hey, Miss Linda, welcome in. I know, right? Like, good damn. Like, lady, how many times on a Thursday something breaks, damn it? I try to rest on Thursdays, but every time I rest, something ends up happening. Every time. Hey, Greta Lee, welcome in. It doesn't matter. They will still vote for 45 no matter what these people are sick. I agree with you. 45 has always been a criminal, but they've never turned a blind eye. That part. Hey, everyone in the chat. Hey, Miss Linda 2021. It's about time a damn conviction. That part. So you can do whatever you want to do, but you can't erase this one. By the way, y'all, the first presidential debate, gotcha. The first presidential debate, by the way, is going to be in Atlanta on June 27th. Child, all you got to do, Biden, is say, listen, this person has been convicted on 34 counts of falsifying business documents to cover up a crime. If he'll cover up a crime, he won't do the right thing for America. All you got to do is just repeat that. That's all you got to do, Joe. That's it. That's all kaput. That's all you got to do, brother. That's all you got to do. Woo, my Lord Jesus. I cannot, child. Sorry, I'm just making sure Melody's chat is good. Okay, Melody's chat is good. Okay. There we go. All right, so y'all is absolutely crazy. Now, this article here comes to us from Slate. So it's a bit of a lengthy article, but we are going to read it. So yeah, let's do this. Now you know he's about to throw you know he's going to throw a damn tantrum. Oh, he already has. Here it is here. He's already thrown a temper tantrum right here. Child. Here he is right here. Yeah. Child. Hey, Tyler, Team Mom, G-Mom, welcome in. Glad to have you here, y'all. We are live on tour on a Thursday. Lord help me. All right, y'all, we're going to take a little bit of a commercial break because when we come back, I got a long article for y'all to read. Now, y'all have been hearing about, The Apprentice, this, that, and the third. Y'all, that part right there. Child, we come back, I got an article for y'all from Slate. It's a lengthy one. I think it's necessary to read. So we're going to take a little bit of an early commercial break. We'll be back with more. We're live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me. Work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hey, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez, Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
For Ramirez?
Are we really doing this?
Doing what?
Getting back together.
And here we are.
Did you miss us?
Oh, it's been a minute. But there's no place like home.
You've never seen a homecoming like this.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet morning dew, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. I come from Memphis. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got.
Don't you leave here to go for happiness. I want you to leave here to show that.
Welcome to the Paris Olympics. Look at my hot girl.
Bonjour.
And that is the Olympics hot girl style.
So it's a winged, fire-breathing, talking horse.
Duh.
Okay.
That is the Olympics.
Olympics?
Olympics.
What are they not getting about this?
Right?
I'm loving it.
Loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. Child, I was trying to rest today, but the culture said, not today, Mother Ucka, not today, not today. We need you to start up the car and we need to go on tour. So listen, we are here live on tour. Now, now listen, y'all. Now, y'all know I have a lot of sources, right? So, y'all, I just got some exclusive footage from CNN of all of the MAGA supporters, fake news, Fox News, Newsmax, America One News Network, and everybody in between that is supporting a felon. This is live video right now of them coming for the rest of us that can't stand them. Now, I just got this from CNN. Give me one moment, y'all. Give me one moment. Hang on 1 second. This is exclusive footage. You ain't gonna see it nowhere else. Here we go.
Oh, what do we got here? Huh? You got your little satchel bag, huh? Your little ponytail, huh? Give me what's in the bag. I'll bite your fingertips off and your ponytail. Give me what's in the satchel. I know what's in the satchel. That's all I ask. Give me what's in the satchel.
Now that's exclusive footage you ain't gonna find nowhere else. That is exactly what's happening with all the supporters. They just say, well, what do we have here? What's this thing of, my president being a felon? You trying to do the most on my guy? Just give me what's in the satchel. Give me what's in the satchel. Now, I do have a good friend that well, not is she. This person is not really a friend, rather, but they want to come and talk about how important this news should be. Okay, so I'm going to bring in this person who wants to say how important this story should be. Come on in.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days? Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's
Now I have one more piece of exclusive footage of the rest of us right from this space right here and right now going to the MAGA, anyone and everyone in between, this, that, the third, all around the world, and the big shaboozy. This is what everyone else is doing to the supporters of this fella, okay? This is, once again, exclusive footage from CNN that you ain't gonna find nowhere else on YouTube. Here we go. Now, listen. You ain't gonna find that footage nowhere else. Woo! All right. So, listen, we are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All right, y'all. I got an article for y'all. It's a bit of a lengthy one, but I think it's important. I think it's very important that we talk about it. So here we go. This is coming to us from Slate. Okay, here we go. Woo, here we go. I saw for the 45 I saw on The Apprentice. For 20 years, I could say what I watched the former president do on the set of the show that changed everything. Now I can't. This came to us from Bill Pruitt, May 31st today at 5:35 a.m. On January 8th, 2004, just more than 20 years ago, the first episode of The Apprentice aired. It was called Meet the Billionaire, and 18 million people watched. The episodes that followed climbed to roughly 20 million each week. A staggering 28 million viewers tuned in to watch the first season finale. The series won an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Reality Competition, and the Television Critics' Choice Association called it one of the best TV shows of the year, alongside The Sopranos and Arrested Development. The series, alongside its bawdy sibling, The Celebrity Apprentice, appeared on NBC in coveted primetime slots for more than a decade. The Apprentice was an instant success in another way, too. It elevated 45 from sleazy New York tabloid hustler to a respectable household name. In the show, he appeared to demonstrate impeccable business instinct and unparalleled wealth, even though his businesses had barely survived multiple bankruptcies and faced yet another when he was cast. By carefully misleading viewers about 45, his wealth, his stature, his character, and his intent, the competition reality show set about an American fraud that would balloon beyond its creator's wildest imaginations. I should know I was one of 4 producers involved in the first 2 seasons. During that time, I signed an expansive non-disclosure agreement that promised a fine of $5 million and even jail time if I were ever to divulge what actually happened. It expired this year. Now, remember when I told y'all that for some reality shows, you would have to sign an NDA and it could be up to a $50,000 fine? When I'm telling y'all media game, you need to be listening, okay? So with that being said, no one involved in The Apprentice was from the production company or the network to the cast and crew was involved in the crime with malicious intent. It was a TV show. It was made for entertainment. I still believe that, but we played fast and loose with the facts, particularly regarding 45. If you were one of the 28 million people who tuned in, chances you were kind. As 45 answers for another of his alleged depiction schemes in New York and gears up to try to persuade Americans to elect him again, in part thanks to the myth we created, I can finally tell you what making 45 into what he's looked like into what he is today looks like from my side. Most days were revealing. Some still haunt me 2 decades later. So, from the opening of this article, Bill Pruitt, who was a producer on the first two seasons of The Apprentice, from what I'm getting, we're about to get into an article that has many confessions. Hey, Melanae Beauty, welcome in. That has many confessions, many secrets that he could not say until now. And really, I think we are about to get probably the truth that we all been asking for, but in the way that we're not expecting. So that's why I got from the very first part of this article. Hey, everybody, welcome in. We are live on tour. In case you guys did not know, 45 has been found guilty in New York City hush money trial on all 34 counts of business falsification. Okay, so we're about to read. So we're reading this article from Slate, and here we go. Nearly everything I've ever learned about deception, I learned from my friend Apollo Robbins. He's been called a professional pickpocket, but he's actually a perceptions expert. Apollo has spent his life studying psychology of how we distort other people's perceptions of reality. He has done so by picking pockets on stage for the entertainment of others. He's a master of deception, a skill that made him back in the day the so-called best kept secret in Las Vegas. After fanning his marks with casual, unobstructive touch, designed to safe for ease, Apollo determines what items reside: the wallet inside breast pocket, the Rolex fastened to a wrist, and then he removes these items without detection. He'll even tell you what he intends to steal before he does it. He does this not to hurt people or bewilder them with a puzzle, but to challenge their maps of reality. The results are marvelous. A lot of magic is designed to appeal to people visually, but what he's trying to affect is your mind, your moods, your perceptions. As a producer working in unscripted or reality TV, I have the same goal. Like Apollo, I want to entertain, make people joyful, even challenge their ways of thinking. I often lack the cinematic power of a movie with its visual pyrotechnics or rehearsed dialogue. I rely shaping the perceptions of viewers, manipulating their maps of reality towards something I want them to think or feel. The presumption that reality TV is scripted, what actually happens is the illusion of reality by staging situations against an authentic backdrop. More authentic is to say to have a 40-foot wave bearing down on a crab boat in the Bering Sea for the deadliest catch. The more we can trick you into thinking that a malevolent Russian trawler is out there messing with the crapper's bait, there is a trick to it, and when it works, you feel as if you were watching a scripted show. Although very few programs are out and out fake, there is deception at play in every single reality program. The producers and editors are obscenely con artists, distracting you with grand notions while we steal from you your precious time. But the real con that drove The Apprentice is far older than television. The pig in the poke comes from an idiom dating back to 1555. I'll never buy a pig in poke. There are many a foul pig in a fair cloak. It refers to the time-honored scam of selling a suckling pig at the market, but handing over a bag, the poke, to the purchaser who never looks inside it, but eventually discovers he purchased something quite different. Our show became the 21st century version. It is a long con played out over a decade, watching 45 dominate primetime by shouting orders, appearing to lead, and confidently firing some of the most capable people on television. All before awarding one eligible person a job. Audiences respond to 45's arrogance, his perceived abilities, and prescience or precedence, but mostly his confidence. The centerpiece to any confidence game is precisely that confidence. As I walk into my interview for The Apprentice, I inadvertently learn how important it is for every one of us involved to demonstrate confidence above all else. I sit down with Jay Bernstock, the showrunner, who has one last producer position to fill and needs someone capable and hardworking. His office is sparse, the desk is strategically placed directly across from the couch with a noticeable angle downward from his desk to whom is ever seated across from him. I'm recalling all the quoted conversations here to the best of my ability. They are not verbatim. He is smiling and even laughing throughout the interview, but from the steep angle at which he gazes down on me, there is no mistaking who's in charge. He seems to like what he hears and offers to follow up with my agent. I have to check your references before I can hire you, he says. You'll be crazy not to, I reply. He laughs, claps his hands together, and grins. That's what I'm talking about. He says, that's the confidence that this show needs. I sit there several inches below eye line, ponder what just happened. What I wonder is so confident about suggesting that he'd be crazy not to check my references. Then it dawns on me. I think he meant you'll be crazy not to hire me. The signal to noise begins. Before I leave, I have to ask, why 45? Ben Stock discovers that we both lived in New York for a time. Knowing what we know about 45, selling the idea that intelligent people will compete to land a job working for him will be a challenge. The idea is to have a new and different billionaire every season. Just like there's a new and different island on Survivor. We reached out to Spielberg, Katzenberg, and Geffen, among others, and said 45 is the only one who agreed to sign on. Ben Stock then responded to a request for comment. We'll make it work. Ben Stock said confidently. I rise, shake his hand, and leave, and head over to Dupton's bookstore to pick up a used copy of 45's The Art of the Deal. It's filled with takeaways about branding and strategizing, but conveniently omits 45 bluffing his way through meetings with contractors, stiffing them when it's convenient to do so, and betraying his most trusted colleagues to get what he wants. The Ghost book writer Tony Schwartz has since tried to get the bestseller read categorized in the Library of Congress as a work of fiction. Another show of confidence is The Budget. The series commands. It is not as expensive as a scripted series, but for a reality show, the price is high. I have never worked on a series with this level of funding, but the cost is justified. This needs to feel real. New York City is the perfect, though expensive, backdrop. 45's actual offices, however, are less than a jug. They are cramped, and a lot of the wood furniture is either chipped or peeling. None of it is suitable to appear on camera. We need what grifters call the big store, a fake but authentic-looking establishment in which the con goes down. 45 Tower, at the time, is mostly condos as used in some offices situated in the high-rise. The mezzanine comprised of vacant and overpriced retail space. All of it's unfurnished. 45 offers the space to the production at a premium. Naturally, and it is inside this location that we create our own reception area with doors leading to a fake, dimly lit, appropriately ominously feeling boardroom. Woo! So let's take a pause for a minute. Hey, speak your piece. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did watch The Apprentice on NBC. Okay, I'm not going to sit here in front of that. Hey, Jazzy's Jay, welcome in. Hey, Lisi, welcome in. It is all good. Glad to have you here. So let's pause for a minute, right? So for those of you who did not see The Apprentice, board room. So this is the boardroom, okay, for The Apprentice. So if you have seen, or if you have not seen The Apprentice, this is what the board looks like, okay? Give me a moment here. So this is what the boardroom looks like, okay? That's been very, very big here. And in that room has been many, many historical moments, right? And so then if we look, this is what the other side of the boardroom looks like. Now, I'm assuming that this may have been the live finale. So in the live finale, for those of you who may not know, 45 went through the door and came out to a theater. And so the boardroom was on a stage in front of a live audience because he decided who won live, okay? Receptionist. So this is the receptionist here, okay? So they said that this receptionist desk in this receptionist's office was fake. So this fake office led into a fake boardroom, okay? Just to give you all the context there. What I got from that part of the article was 45 was fake from the beginning. And when I first heard about The Apprentice, I thought like, well, you know, I think that would be cool to have maybe different CEOs of different companies. Maybe Bob Iger could be the host of The Apprentice. Maybe Steven Spielberg. You know, these different companies can hire people, and then one of them gets a dream job at Disney or that. I think if they would have went with that, I think The Apprentice would still be on TV to this day because it was quite a good competition. And not to mention too the fact that 45's office was chipped and it wasn't pleasant to look at. It was cramped. It just lets me know that none of what we saw was real. So that's what I got from that. Okay. All right, here we go. Next door, there's the suite. Okay, yeah. Next door, there's the suite where the contestants will live, which is made to look like a trendy loft-style apartment that they all share. The lodgings are made up of partitions surrounding hard bunks upon which the candidates sleep. The illusion comes from the elegantly appointed common areas where most of the interplay will go down. During a tour of the set, I had my first encounter with 45. I leave the suite and enter the gear room, the only vacant retail space that will remain unfinished. It is filled with equipment and crew members milling about. In walks a trio of men. In the middle is 45 in a navy blue suit and scarlet tie. He is surprisingly tall, and not just because of the hair. He is flanked by two even taller men. Ben Stop makes introductions, and as I watch 45 shake hands with everyone, I've been told he would never do this. Something about fearing unwanted germs. When it's my turn, I decide on the contrival two-hander, placing my right hand onto his and my left onto his wrist as we shake. His eye contact is limited but thorough. He's sizing me up. He looks like a wolf about to rip my throat before turning away, offering me my first glimpse at the superstructure, his hairstyle, butter dressed, atop his head with what must have been gowns of aquanet. As I watch 45 saunters around the room, snatches up a fistful of M&Ms from the craft service table, sets out for the crew, and shoves them down his mouth. I mean, we do know that he likes junk food. I mean, he ordered a bunch of McDonald's for like champions, so that's not surprising there. But let's keep going. Then he is gone, ushered away towards some important meeting he must attend, as if to say to one and all present, this is unimportant. Eventually, it's time to roll cameras. When 45 is called to perform, we're filming the first scene of the first episode on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. He's about to deliver the first task. Filming inside this beacon of capitalism and wealth gives the series the legitimacy it needs. A con artist will call staging the scam inside a legitimate institution, playing a man against the wall. From the balcony overlooking the famed trading room floor, 45 will set up the entire premise of the show on camera, engaging in a little banter with other participants. This includes his advisors, George Ross, a older, grouchy attorney devoted to 45's legal affairs, and Carolyn Chimper, a perpetual skeptic who runs his hospitality units in one of his golf clubs. They might be called the Shrills, others in on the con who will act as 45's eyes and ears. The contestants are there lined up, zeroed in on by camera operators getting reaction shots to whatever it is 45 says. Although they mostly just stand and wait, they patiently go along with the proceedings. They are not in on the con. They act as the little blind mites who, in Foster terms, convey a sense of authenticity by reacting to the goings on like lab rats caught in a maze. Nothing is scripted except for what 45 needs to say. Cue cards are present, but mostly it has bond stocks running up, coaching 45, tossing out suggestions from the script he has written for the man. The feeling is that while doing a fair job of repeating the necessary words verbatim, 485 also appears to be inadvertently shouting at the contestants. His hands shuffle back and forth as if holding an invisible accordion, a gesture now made famous in memes. So, guys, listen, for your first task, I'm going to need you to tell me why your stock option matters. Now, this is going to be about pitching. This is going to be about marketing yourself, but most of all, it's going to be about knowledge. You have an hour to figure out what the stock is, get your facts and statistics, and meet me in the boardroom. Ready, set, go. Hashtag, you're welcome. Lord help me, each episode is filmed over 3 days. For the first episode, the 2 teams of contestants are divided by gender, take to the streets to carry out the initial task of trying to sell lemonade for the most money. The women pulverize the men. Having won, the women are invited upstairs for a direct look at 45's very own apartment in 45's tower, a reward designed specifically to introduce viewers to the gaudy but elevated world of 45 at home. The men who lost go back to the loft and wait their fate at the hands of 45. He will be sending one of them home. Inside the now empty boardroom set, which you guys just saw, a meeting with the producers is called for the first briefing of 45 before the anticipated firing. With 45 are his cronies, Ross and Kepler. 45 is too busy, so they each observe both teams in the field and make an assessment of who prevailed and who fell behind. Now, this is important. The Apprentice is a game show regulated by the Federal Communications Commission. Huh? Now, wait a minute. Y'all seeing what I'm seeing, right? That The Apprentice is a game show. But I thought it was a reality competition. Interesting. 45 thought he could run the White House like The Apprentice. He's the worst that we've ever had. And is. In the 1950s, scandals arose when producers of quiz shows fed answers to likable range-generating contestants while withholding those answers from unlikable but truly knowledgeable players. Any of us involved in The Apprentice swinging the outcome of the prize money by telling 45 whom to fire is forbidden. Considering this, Ben Stock wisely chooses to record these off-camera briefings in case the FCC ever rolls up on us. Rather than blur out who they think should get canned, the 2 producers of that week's episode, each following one team, are coached to equitably share with 45 the virtues and deficiencies of each member of the losing team. This renders a balanced depiction of how and why they lost. There are obviously choices of whom to fire, but we wanted to be something of a horse race to sustain the drama, keep people from watching. Satisfied he has what he needs, 45 dismisses the pre-firing discussion with a wave of the hand, claiming he has places to be, let's get on with it, etc. We'll proceed to set up for what will be our first boardroom. The producers retreat to the adjacent control room to watch the event unfold. Per the show's format, the losing team is summoned in anticipation of one of its members being sent home. Leaving their luggage in the reception area, the men walk into the boardroom where 45 is flanked by Ross and Kepler, waiting for them solidly. 45 just frowns from a gigantic red leather chair, his eye line noticeably well above those sitting across from him. The men proceed to verbally go after one another like gladiators jousting before the emperor. 45 takes the conversation into politically dangerous terrain, asking one contestant who is Jewish whether he believes in the genetic pool. The contestant's retort is swift and resolute. He tells 45 that he does, in fact, have the genes just like you got from your father, Fred 45, and your mother, Mary 45. It pours out of him. It's dramatic. It's good reality TV. The project manager must then choose 2 of the men to come back into the boardroom with him while everyone else is dismissed. An off-camera pre-firing consultation with 45 takes place and is recorded. Right before the 3 men are brought back for the eventual firing, we film 45, Ross, and Kepler deliberating, giving the pluses and minuses of each. marking on how risky it was for one of the contestants to stand up for himself in the way that he did. 45 turns back and forth to each listening. The scrawny stick to their stories and give added differential treatment towards 45, with Ross strategically reminding him, "You've been taking risk all your life." 45 summons the three men back into the boardroom before final judging. 45 grills one of them and says, "I will let you stay." Wow, we think a benevolent leader. When he turns his attention to the other man, at the one who he asked about next, it's clear he's doomed. So much so that the man stands when 45 tells him. It seems unanimous. 45 offhandedly tells him to sit down, calling him a wild card, echoing Ross's early observation of the boss. 45. After this, a unwieldy moment comes at the behest of Benstock. 45 fumbles through a given line. "We have an elevator," he says to the remaining contestant named David. "That goes up to the suite, and an elevator that goes down." He pauses to recall the exact wording, "to the street." "And David, I'm going to ask you to take the down elevator." The men react and awkwardly rise. It's an unsatisfactory conclusion given all the preceding drama. From the control room, we all watch the three men depart the boardroom. A quick huddle takes place between producers and the executive from NBC. We bolt from the control room out into the boardroom and confer with 45, telling him we will need him to say something more direct to conclude the moment when David is let go. There's 45 sour. "You're fired. The Apprentice, Thursdays, NBC. Thank you to the city of New York for making this hit show possible." So this was a promotional banner in April of 2004 in New York. "Well, I'll probably just fire him," 45 says. "Why not just say that?" Benstock asks. "Fine," 45 says. Return to the control room. The three men from the losing team are brought back into the boardroom, and 45 repeats his line about the elevator, then turns to David, who already knows his fate, and adds, "David, you're fired." The line insertion happened in a precariously scripted way, but is deemed satisfactory. "You're fired" becomes the expression we'll stick with. It works. 45 comes off as decisive and to the point. Later, 45 will try to trademark "you're fired." He's not successful. So, very, very interesting here. From what I'm getting here, and there is a bit of scriptedness to reality TV, right? Sure, the result is unscripted, but everything that leads up to the unscripted moment is scripted. As you saw, the New York Stock Exchange, the task, the advisors watching everything. Winning team goes up to see the apartment. Losing team goes back to the suite. So, reward, consequence. Consequence, the team is in the boardroom. Everybody decides for themselves. The project manager and then the two men come back into the room. Then after all of that, 45 decides that one of them is fired. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different plot points here. Unscripted plot points to get to the unscripted moment of "you're fired." Okay? We're all get in the game here. Okay. All right, y'all. 45's appearances make up so little of our shooting schedule that whenever he shows up to film, it just isn't the wild card on camera moments we hope for and are terrified of that putting everyone on edge. It's the way he, the star and half owner of the show, targets people on the crew with the gaze of a hungry lion. While leering at a female camera assistant or assessing the physical attributes of a female contestant from whoever is listening, he orders a female camera operator off an elevator on which she is about to film him. "She's too heavy," I hear him say. Another female camera operator who happens to have blonde hair and blue eyes draws from 45's comparison of his own Ivanka 45. There's a beautiful blonde woman behind that camera, he says toward a line of 10 different operators set up in the foyer of 45 Tower one day. That's all I want to look at. 45 corners a female producer and asks her whom he should fire. She demurs, saying about how one of the contestants blamed another for their team losing. 45 then raises his hand, cupping them to his chest. You mean the one with the... He doesn't know the contestant name. 45 eventually fires her. In response to detailed questions about this and other incidents reported in this article, Steve Chung, a spokesperson for the 45 2024 campaign, wrote, "This is a completely fabricated and bullish story that was already peddled in 2016. He said that it is now surfacing. He said that it is surfacing now because Democrats are desperate." Okay. 45 goes about knocking off every one of the contestants in the boardroom until only two remain. The finalists are Kwame Jackson, a black broker from Goldman Sachs, and Bill Renzick, a white entrepreneur from Chicago who runs his own cigar business. 45 assigns them each a task to one of his crown jewel properties. Jackson will oversee a Jessica Simpson benefit concert at 45 Taj Mahal Casino in Atlantic City, which, by the way, has been bankrupt. If you guys don't know about that, hashtag go look that up for sure. Jackson will, while Renzick will oversee a celebrity golf tournament at 45 National Golf Club in Briarcliff Manor, New York. Viewers need to believe that whatever 45 touches turns to gold. These properties that bear his name are supposed to glitter and gleam, all thanks to him. Reality is another matter altogether. The lights of the casino sign are out. Hong Kong investors actually own the place. 45 merely lends his name. The carpet stinks, and the surroundings for Simpson's concert are ramshackle at best. We shoot all around that. Both Renzick and Jackson do a round-robin recruitment of former contestants, and Jackson makes the fateful decision to team up with the notorious Omarosa, among others, to help him carry out his final challenge. With her tenure on the series nearly over, Omarosa launches several simultaneous attacks on her fellow teammates in support of her brother Kwame. For the fame-seeking beauty queen, it is a do-or-die play for some much coveted screen time. As on previous tasks, Ross and Kepler will oversee both events. Over at 45 National Golf Club, where I'm stationed at, is sunny and bright, set against luscious fall colors. I am driven up to the golf club from Manhattan to scout. With me are the other producers, all of whom are men. We meet 45 at one of the homes he keeps for himself on the grounds of the club. Melania doesn't even know about this place, he says out loud to us, snickering, implying that the home's function is as his personal lair for all of his sexual exploits, which are all unknown to his then fiancée, Melania Nakunis. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So he just got found guilty on 34 counts of covering up a crime. And then he has this home that Melania doesn't even know about. Very, very hashtag interesting. We're taken around the rest of the club's property and we're told what to feature on camera and what to stay away from. Very interesting. Just like he said about when his home got raided at Mar-a-Lago, of the government went in every room when they should have just went for the documents. Interesting. The clubhouse is a particularly necessary inclusion, and it's inside these luxury confines where I have the privilege of meeting the architect. Finding myself alone with him, I made a point of commending him for what I feel is a remarkable building. The place is genuinely spectacular. He thanks me. It is very sweet, he tells me. I'm very proud of this place. But he hesitates. I wasn't paid what I was promised. He says, I listen. 45 pays halves up front, but he'll stiff the rest. But he'll stiff you the rest. But he'll stiff you for the rest once the project's completed. He stiffed you? If I tried to sue, the legal bills would be more than what I was owed. He knew that. He basically said, take what I'm offering. And I see how heavy this is for the band all these years later. So we sent the invoice. He didn't even pay for that. He says none of this will be in the show. Not 45 suggested infidelities, nor his aversion toward paying those who work for him. When the tasks are over, we're back in the boardroom having our conference with 45 about how the two filers compare, the conversation that I know will be recorded. We huddle around him as we set up the last moments of the candidates, Jackson and Renzik. 45 will make his decision live on camera months later. So what we're about to film is the setup to that reveal. The race between Jackson and Renzik should seem close, and that's how we're at the footage. So as we don't know who will be chosen, it must appear close, even if it's not. So we lay out the virtues and deficiencies of each finalist to 45 in a fair and balanced way. But sensing the moment at hand, Kepler sort of comes out of herself. She expresses how she observed Jackson at the casino overcoming more obstacles than Renzik, particularly with the way he managed the troublesome Omarosa. Jackson, Kepler maintains, handled the calamity with grace. I think Kwame will be a great addition to the organization, Kepler says to 45, who winces while his head bobs around in reaction to what he is hearing, clearly resisting. So he's clearly resisting Jackson, who is a black man, just like he resisted the Central Park 5. How he resisted to denying black applicants of having homes. How he resisted saying Black Lives Matter, invoking neo-Nazi and third rich terms. The same guy who wanted to tear gas people as people were peacefully protesting George Floyd's murder. Interesting. Very interesting. Looks like this is an article of confirmation to me, guys. Why didn't he just fire her? 45 asked, referring to Omarosa. It's a reasonable question, given that this is the first time we've ever been in this situation. None of this is something we expected. That's not his job. Ben Stock says to 45, that's yours. 45 head continues to bob. I don't think he knew that he had the ability to do that, Kepler says. 45 once again. Yeah, he says to no one in particular, but I mean what America by in winning. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute, guys. So basically, the whole show is in a shambles, to use Jacqueline Blake's words, to Mia, telling Mia from Real Housewives of Potomac that she wasn't the CEO. It looks like 45 wasn't the CEO either. And it's interesting to me that in the discussion of the final two candidates, one black and one white, that he was wincing over a black person. And he says allegedly to this team of producers, but I mean, what America by in winning? It really does seem to me that what everyone's been saying about 45 being a racist is actual, factual, and smacktual at this point. Let's roll on. Kepler's pale skin goes bright red. I turn my gaze towards 45. He continues to wince. He is serious. He is adamant about not hiring Jackson. Feinstock does a half cough and half laugh and swiftly changes the topic or throws to Ross for his assessment. What happens next, I don't entirely recall. I'm still processing what I have just heard. We all are. Only Benstock knows well enough to keep the train moving. None of us thinks to walk out the door and never return. I still wish I had. Benstock and Kepler did not respond to requests for comment. Afterward, we filmed the final meeting in the boardroom where Jackson and Rancic are scrutinized by 45, who we already know favors Rancic. Then we wrap production, pack up, and head home. There's no discussion about what 45 said in the boardroom and about how damning the evidence was caught on tape. Nothing happens. So, after all of that, everybody is a puppet being pulled by the strings. And so, as you are being pulled by the strings, the more that you try to break from the strings, the tighter the controls are as the puppet. Okay? We're almost done, y'all. We go home and face the next phase of our assignment, the editing. In stitching the footage together, the swindle we are now involved in ascends to new levels. Editing in a reality show is what script writing is to a narrative series. A lot of effort goes into the storytelling because basically in every unscripted series, whether it's a daytime talk show, an adventure documentary, or a shiny floor dance-off, there are three versions. There's what happens, there's what gets filmed, and then there's what gets cut down to 43 minutes squeezed between commercial breaks. What do I often say, y'all? 60 minutes with commercials, 40 minutes without. Especially for a competition series, it's important that the third version represents the first as much as possible. A defeated contestant could show up in the press and cry foul if they are misrepresented. It's best to let people fail on their own accord. That said, we looked after our prized possessions and how we edit the series, and some people fare better than others. In the words of Karen Huger, I'm only judging what you're giving me. We attend to our thesis that only the best and brightest deserve the job working for 45. Luckily, the winner, Bill Rancic, and his rival, Kwame Jackson, come off as capable and confident throughout the season. If for some reason they had not, we would have conveniently left their shortcomings on the cutting room floor. In actuality, both men did deserve to win. From the left, Carolyn Kempler, 45, George Ross, and producer Rob LaPlanta interview contestants for open auditions for the second season of The Apprentice in New York in March of 2024. Not 2024, child. That's this year. In March of 2004. No, it's all white. Ain't that something? Anyway, without a doubt, the hardest decisions we faced in post-production were how to edit together sequences involving 45. We needed him to sound sharp, dignified, and clear on what he was looking for, as if he was not yelling at people. When you see him today, he reads from a teleprompter and comes off as loud and stoic. Go to one of his rallies and he's the off-the-cuff rambler rousing his followers into a frenzy. While filming, he struggled to convey even the most basic terms. But as he became more comfortable with filming, 45 made raucous comments he found funny or amusing, some of them misogynistic as well as racist. We cut those comments. Go to one of his rallies today, and you can hear many of them. If you listen carefully, especially to that first episode, you will notice clearly altered dialogue from 45 in both the task delivery and the boardroom. 45 was overwhelmed with remembering the contestants' names, the way they would ride the elevator back upstairs or down the street, the mechanics of what he needed to convey. Benstock instigated additional dialogue recording that came late in the edit phase. We set 45 up in the soundproof boardroom set and fed him lines that he would read into a microphone with Benstock on the phone directing from LA. And suddenly 45 knows the names of every one of the contestants and says to them while camera cuts to each of their faces. While you think, how does he remember everyone's name? While on location, he can barely put a sentence together regarding how tasks should work. Listen now, and he speaks directly to what needs to happen, while the camera conveniently cuts away to the contestants who are listening and nodding. He sounds articulate and concise through some editing sleight of hand. Then the note comes from NBC about the fact that after 45 delivers the task assignment to contestants, he disappears from the episode after the first act and doesn't show up again until the next to last. That's far too long for the high-priced star of the show to be absent. But there's a convenient solution. At the top of the second act, right after the task has been assigned, but right before the teams embark on their assignment, we insert a sequence with 45 seated in his gilded apartment, dispensing a carefully crafted bit of wisdom. He speaks to whatever the theme of each episode is, while someone gets fired or what would lead to a win. The net effect is that not only 45 appears once in each episode, but that he almost seems prophetic in how he just knows the way things will go right or wrong with each individual task. He comes off as all-seeing and all-knowing. We are led to believe that 45 is a natural-born leader. Though the editorial nudge we provide him, 45 prevails, so much so that NBC asked for more time in the boardroom to appear at the end of all the remaining episodes. NBC declined to comment for this article. When it comes to the long con, the cherry on top is the prologue to the premiere. It's a 5-minute soliloquy delivered by 45 at the beginning of the first episode. One Tile, Meet the Billionaire. Over a rousing score, it features 45 pulling out all the stops, calling New York my city, confessing to crawling out from under billions of dollars in debt. There's 45 in the back of limousines, 45 arriving before throngs of cheering crowds outside of 45 Tower. 45 in his very own helicopter as it banks over Midtown, the same helicopter with the 45 logo, like 45 logo that, just like the airplane, is actually for sale to the highest bidder. Truth is, almost nothing was how we made it seem. Oh my Lord. Give me a moment, y'all. So for those of you who have not seen the intro, let me pull it up for y'all right here. Okay, here we go. Make sure because it has some Spanish subtitles. Here we go. So as you see, setting up the scene of the experience you're about to go into. Now I'm going to pause this because I don't know if NBC still owns the footage. Oh, hang on, y'all. I'm sorry. I forgot y'all couldn't see that. All right. So basically, you guys heard the intro and we were right here, but I'm going to restart. Here we go. So I will pause this so we won't get a copyright strike from NBC. But here we go.
New York, my city, where the wheels of the global economy never stop turning. A concrete metropolis of unparalleled strength and purpose that drives the business world. Manhattan is a tough place. This island is the real jungle. If you're not careful, it can chew you up and spit you out. But if you work hard, you can really hit it big. And I mean really big. My name's Donald Trump, and I'm the largest real estate developer in New York. I own buildings all over the place, model agencies, the Miss Universe pageant, jetliners, golf courses, casinos, and private resorts like Mar-a-Lago, one of the most spectacular estates anywhere in the world. But it wasn't always so.
So for those of you who are wondering, Mar-a-Lago is not a state. He should have said Florida. I own a place called Mar-a-Lago, one of the most beautiful resorts in the world in Florida. But basically, as you see here from the intro, he sets up his life. He sets up New York. He sets up what the energy of the show that you're about to watch. And then he tells that he's the largest real estate developer in New York and then goes through what he owns. So I'm giving you the breakdown of the intro. Here we go.
So easy. About 13 years ago, I was seriously in trouble. I was billions of dollars in debt. But I fought back and I won. Big league. I used my brain. I used my negotiating skills. And I worked it all out. Now my company's bigger than it ever was. It's stronger than it ever was. And I'm having more fun than I ever had. I've mastered the art of the deal and have turned the name Trump into the highest quality brand. And as the master, I want to pass along my knowledge to somebody else. I'm looking for the apprentice. Right now, from all over the country, 16 of America's best and brightest young entrepreneurs are arriving in New York for the chance to work as my apprentice and get a first-hand look into the world of big business.
Trump Tower.
They come from all walks of life. Some have their PhD or a Harvard MBA and have learned their skills in the classroom. Others are self-made entrepreneurs. They own restaurants or they're one of the top real estate professionals.
So in this scene here, what's happening is you're seeing the contestants. And as you're seeing the contestants, 45 is going through some of the qualities of the contestants.
Some have only a high school diploma, and a few have left their successful small-town companies to come to New York City for the very first time. This is the chance to work for me at a huge salary, and more importantly, learn enough so that maybe they too can become a billionaire someday. This is going to be the dream job of a lifetime. Who will succeed, and who will fail, and who will be the apprentice?
So you wanna be the next big thing? So you wanna be the next big thing? You wanna be a spotlight? Oh, you wanna be? They'll put you in the front page. Wanna see the bright lights? Oh, you wanna see that millionaire money? So Wanna have a jet plane? Oh, you wanna have your face on the big screen? Wanna have a big yacht? Oh, you wanna have your very own TV show? Have a penthouse? Oh, you wanna have your name on a
So those two teams were the men and the women, by the way.
spotlight? Oh, you wanna have that millionaire money?
So the two contestants here. So that's Kwame there, and then that was Bill Rancic, who is married to Juliana Rancic from the E! Network. Now, you may not remember that song, right? But you may remember this intro, because this is the intro of all intros. So that is the intro. Hey, Snatch by Diego, welcome. And by the way, if y'all see that cut out, okay, if y'all see that cut out, I had to cut it out for monetization. But then again, I may not even monetize this one, because honestly, I'm utilizing that clip to give you context on 45, okay, and The Apprentice. So we are almost done with the article. Here we go. So we scammed, we swindled. Nobody heard the racist, misogynistic comments or saw the alleged cheating, the bluffing, or his hair taking off in the wind. Those tapes, I've come to believe, will never be found. No one lost their retirement fund or fell on hard times for watching The Apprentice. But 45 rose in stature to the point where he could finally eye a run for the White House, something that he had intended to do all the way back in 1998. On the way, he could now feed his appetite for defrauding the public with various shady practices. In 2005, thousands of students enrolled in what was called 45 University, hoping to gain insight from the 45 and handpicked his professors. Each paid as much as $35,000 to listen to some huckster trade on 45's name. In a sworn affidavit, Ronald Schachtenberg testified that 45 University was fraudulent. The scam swiftly went from online video conferencing courses to live events held by high-pressure sales professionals whose only job was to persuade attendees to sign up for the course. The sales were for the course tuition and had nothing whatsoever to do with real estate investments. A class action lawsuit was filed against 45. That same year, 45 was caught bragging to Access Hollywood co-host Billy Bush. Trigger warning for everybody. Now, I'm about to repeat these words. You probably have heard it many times before on this tape, so I'm not degrading any woman. I'm not doing the most. I'm not doing this, that, and the third. These are the words that 45 said, okay? With that being said, here we go. That same year, 45 was caught bragging to Access Hollywood co-host Billy Bush that he likes to grab married women by the pussy, adding, when they are started, that you do it. He later tried to recruit porn actress Stormy Daniels for The Apprentice, despite her profession, and according to Daniels, had sex with her right after his last son was born. His alleged attempt was to pay off Daniels is, of course, the subject of his recent trial. found guilty in that trial. In October of 2016, a month before the election, the Access Hollywood tapes were released and was written off as locker room banter. 45 paid Daniels to keep silent about the alleged affair. He paid $25 million to sell the 45 University lawsuit and make it go away. He went on to become the first elected president to possess neither public service nor military experience. And although he lost the popular vote, 45 beat out Hillary Clinton in the Electoral College, winning in the Rust Belt by just 80,000 votes. 45 has been called the reality TV president, not just because of The Apprentice. The Situation Room, where the top advisors gather, became the place for photo ops, a bigger and better boardroom. 45 swaggered and controlled, just as he had on the show. Whom would he listen to? Whom would he fire? Stay tuned. 45 even has his own spinoff, called the House of Representatives, where women hurl racist taunts and body shame one another with impunity. Well, I do hope that Marjorie Taylor Greene, otherwise known as Beach Blonde Bad Bill Butch Body, shout out to Jasmine Crockett, Democrat, by the way, of the great state of Texas. Shout out to her. The State of the Union is basically a cage fight. The demands of public office now included blowhard buffoonery. I reached out to Apollo, the Vegas perceptions expert, to discuss all this. He reminded me how if a person wants to manipulate the signal, they simply turn up the noise. In a world that is so uncertain, he said, a confidence man comes along and fills in the blanks. The more confident they are, the more we're inclined to go along with whatever they may suggest. A reality show gave rise to a arbitrous hustler, and a deal was made: subvert the facts, look past the deficiencies, deceive where necessary, and prevail in the name of television ratings and good, clean fun. 45 is making another run at the White House and is leading in certain polls. People I know enthusiastically support him and expect he'll return to office. It's not just hats, sneakers, a fragrance, or Bibles. 45 is selling his vision of the world, and people are buying it. Knowing all they know, how could these people still think he's capable of being president of the United States? Perhaps they watched our show and were conned by the pig poke. Shout out to Bill Pruitt for this article, a very fascinating, articulate, and detailed article. I felt like I was really there on the set of The Apprentice. I felt like the information was real. But most of all, I think that this is a confirmation article more than anything. So that being said, I'm going to turn my camera now because we've done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. Oh, Lord. Yes, indeed. So we're going to take a little commercial break, and I'll drop the... Oh, hang on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to drop the link now and pin it if you guys want to come up. And while you guys come up, we're going to take a little commercial break. And then I want to hear from you on this particular day. What do you think about the verdict? Do you think that this will have any impact on the election? Do you think people will care? Do you think it's a historical moment and experience and source of energy at this present time? Have a lot to talk about. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are live on tour. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Ay, hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez?
Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Are we really doing this?
Doing what? Getting back together.
And here we are.
Did you miss us?
Oh, it's been a minute. But there's no place like home.
You've never seen a homecoming like this.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet boy and you, one loved you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. I come from Memphis. Our son is your son.
Welcome to the celebration.
We all we got.
I'm through that. Don't you leave here today with happiness. I want you to leave here with joy.
Welcome to the Paris Olympics. Look at my hot girl.
Bonjour.
And that is the Olympics hot girl style.
So it's a winged, fire-breathing, talking horse.
No.
Okay.
That is the Olympics.
Olympics?
Olympics.
What are they not getting about this?
Right?
I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's virtual tour live. Glad to have all you here. We've been on the highways and byways. The possibilities of what could be of this virtual tour live for 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 20 seconds. Glad to have you all here. If you're wondering what is going on, 45 has been found guilty on all 34 accounts. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, not 9, not 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, hash at 34 counts. That's right. That's right. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Miss
Hey,
Uplift.
boo.
Hey, how's it going?
Boo.
I'm doing good.
I am celebrating this auspicious occasion because, you know, this is what happened when you crime over email. Who's still doing that in 2024? Who's still doing that in 2016? Like what are we doing? This is what happens when you crime, when you commit a documents crime. So note to all the children, note to all the parents to share this live with your nieces and your nephews, those kids getting ready to go off to college this summer. Babies, number one, do not commit crimes using bank accounts, honey.
Correct.
Number one. Number two, do not commit crimes using the mail. And number three, do not commit crimes with stupid people.
That part.
That is what this crime boils down to. There were a bunch of documents and emails that showed that someone in spot A contacted someone in spot B about C. Well, none of these contacts could have been verified unless, number one, you had a paper trail which gave them entree into the people. So again, to the babies out there, the paper trail that they can very easily subpoena without raising a single red flag to you and all your criminal associates gave them entree to the people that they needed to talk to. And once they had the people, which is why Pecker, which I love, that's part of this story, that's just, oh God, a porn star and a pecker.
Lord help.
I love it. Which is why Pecker is still walking the streets and he is now a convicted felon. They essentially did the same thing. What the documents told them was, if you want B, you have to cut A loose. And A went there and talked so fast, they probably couldn't even write it all down. Because essentially that's what Pecker does. He captures and kills the playmate Stormy, and his other homeboy catches and kills the porn star Story. And they did it all out in the open, and then they used their bank accounts. They created fictitious entities. That's a form of wire fraud because all that stuff has to be transmitted. That's why Mama said, don't, Auntie is telling you, babies, don't use the mail. Do not use the mail, any kind of communication to commit your crimes, honey. Get those little cheap burner phones and throw them away after a week or a month. Pick a time frame. Be consistent. We're going to help the babies. We're going to help the babies today. But don't do this because this results in 34 felony convictions. So don't do this.
Yep. No, I agree, and very well said. And it's good to see you, my friend. And, you know, honestly, tell you the truth, I was just resting. Y'all know my rule for Thursdays. I am off of being on tour unless something happens in the culture that needs to be talked about. And good damn, it happened once again. I'm just like, I can't rest for my life.
I need 2024 to get a boyfriend. 2024 needs a boyfriend and possibly a concubine as well. Child, she got too much time on her hands. Daybell, I don't know if you've been following that trial, clean sweep on all his verdicts too. Juris is just out. Karma just like hopped on her little like motorbike and just all through the streets.
Right.
Today. And the other problem I had, which is really what I was in the middle of doing, I was literally sitting here and I was online and something, it was like 4 something right before the verdict came in and they had sent a note saying they were going home for the day. So I literally went to go work on this video to drag O'Shea Jackson behind with his tomfoolery and Mr. Ice Cube. So slapping sick of him. Making Gen X look bad than a bitch out here. Like all of our Gen X 90 stars are making us look bad than a bitch out here. And all of a sudden, I get the alert on my phone that the verdict is in. I'm like, hold on, wait, they just said they were sending the people home. People said they ain't going home today. They're going home. And the bottom line is, once they had the documents, then they had the people that could come in and verify that all the documents were real. The banks were going to turn over all these records. Like 90% of this crime was committed on paper. This is not like hustling, where you have to find people that are actually willing to tell you. You know, you can even bust somebody with a large quantity, but that doesn't tell you anything about the distribution, the network. You need people to give you that kind of information. In this case, these clowns wrote everything down essentially.
And not to mention, too, can we talk about how this happened before David Muir, Lester Holt, Nora O'Donnell came on at 6:30? Now, let me tell y'all something. Those national anchors, you may think that their workday is from 6:30 to 7 p.m. I'm going to let you know right now. They were up at the crack of dawn, and they were in the office at 9 a.m. There is pre-production meetings.
Yes, I'm giving you. Yeah, tell them.
Yeah, I'm giving y'all game right now. There is, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all game, and then I'm gonna show you game. Okay, so they get in at 9 o'clock in the morning. They are watching, well, actually before that, some of them get up and they watch the morning shows. They go on Twitter, they go on Facebook, they check all their sources. But by the time they get in at 9, most of the other producers have been in way earlier. So they're checking the wires. Absolutely. They're checking the wires. They're checking this, that, and the third. They're talking to sources. And then all throughout the day, you have correspondents from all around the world and nationally covering any and every story. And then usually right around 2, maybe 3 o'clock will be the meeting to decide what stories will get on the newscast. Now,
and what we're talking about is what they call filing on the wire. So that's sort of like these little short blurbs. They're usually maybe paragraph 2 or 3. They are constantly coming in. It's literally almost the old school telegraph system, but now it just comes in digital form. Tell them about it, B.
No, absolutely. So after all of that, then the rundown is made, right? So I'm gonna let y'all know something, okay? So this is really, really real. That after all of it is said and done, okay, the rundown is sent to all the producers, this, that, and the third. The only thing that you can never predict is what gets made to the final broadcast. So this happened way before 6:30. So now it's like, all right, y'all, top story. Screw the rundown.
And so tell them that it's just like when someone dies. Those files, those beautiful tributes that we've seen there, that's somebody's job to literally sit there and watch the celebrity bugs to see who's sick and then make those videos beforehand. So the exact same thing, there was like what we call cut scenes. And you know the other reason I know, even though I was a teacher for all these years, my brother worked in a TV station. And back then, like long time ago, TV stations actually had tapes of crap. And that was when the TV actually went off the air and they played the flag and it was like the colors, like it's a real thing. You know, like children don't know that, the babies don't know that. And so he was literally part of the night crew that shot the 10 o'clock news, and then he worked till about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Now because of that, worked for ESPN for a while, and that was literally part of his job, watching all the Twitter feed and all the wires and following the little stupid stories that would ultimately get made their way up to the first take. And there is a army of these people.
Right. So here's a little bit of the behind the scenes of NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, just to give y'all some game. Here we go.
And with summer vacation just around the corner, we are taking you on all kinds of adventures all over the country. And it is the finale of Where's Gerke Going?
That's right. Paul is living it up in New York City right now. And what a great view, Paul, man. It is amazing out there.
The views anywhere you go in New York City, especially when you're higher up, are absolutely fantastic. And honestly, it's been a heck of a ride so far. And one of the coolest things I got to do was stop by the set of NBC Nightly News. You're familiar with that program, right, guys? I mean, it is on right after 12 News at 5. Anyway, it starts at 5:30 if you need to set the DVRs at home. It's been anchored by Lester Holt since June of 2015. It is the most watched news program in the country, around 9.3 million viewers on average every night. Holt is the anchor, but he is so much more than that. I had a chance to stop by Rockefeller Center to talk to him about life outside of the bright lights.
Where's Gurky going? To the set of Nightly News with Lester Holt. Lester, I feel like this is a Stanley Cup situation where I shouldn't sit at this desk until I've earned it. Do you ever feel that way?
No, it's not. You know, I always worry when people think it's some kind of an altar. It's just another glass desk like you probably have.
There's no candles, cups of water, I suppose.
No, there is a security, but I'm not sure how you got in here.
Lester, we've been learning a lot about you over the last few days. You appeared on the Today Show and revealed a little of the softer side of you away from work. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's start with the band. When did you start playing music?
Oh, well, I started when I was in junior high school. Mostly grew up in Northern California and wanted to be in the school, jazz choir and jazz band. So I bought a bass at a pawn shop, a couple books, and figured it out. Then a few years ago, a bunch of my colleagues at Dateline, we were at a party and started talking about musical talent. And we discovered we had a lot of people in the room that played instruments, and we said, let's jam someday. So we rented a studio here in Midtown Manhattan and played, and realized that, we've got a pretty decent group. And so we kind of formed a band, and we do gigs every several months because we've got these daytime jobs, but it's been a real blast.
These daytime jobs. You ever think about ripping that microphone off and running away and just playing music the rest of your life?
There have been some days. I do love this job, but every once in a while there's one of those days I just want to go play my bass.
Yeah. You got people following in your footsteps now. I heard you're about to become a grandfather again.
Yes, ×2. Yeah, I've got my first is about 20 months old now, and then another one on the way here in another month or so. So we're tremendously excited.
Have you fallen into any grandfather tropes yet? Are there any really like grandpa things that you enjoy doing?
It's just I like being silly. I like being silly in any way, but now that I have a baby in the family to justify it, where I don't look quite as like an idiot, I love to make people laugh. I love to make him laugh, and he's just getting to that stage now. The words are starting to come out here and there, and he's a little comedian. I have two sons. The younger one works here in the neighborhood in finance, and then Stefan, the older one, works at WNBC, which shares the same building. So I run into him in the hallway. I go every afternoon on his broadcast at 4 o'clock to promote what's coming up on Nightly News, and very often it's him standing next to me and throwing to me, and it's always a little weird. I'm like, is he going to say Dad today? Yeah. Every once in a while he'll throw in, okay, Dad, I'll see you soon.
Do you ever take a second to back away from this chair and think about where your place is in the pantheon of NBC broadcasters?
Every day, yeah. And really, yesterday I was sitting in my office, and I don't remember what triggered it, but I had one of those moments. Man, I'm the anchor of NBC Nightly News.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, because I watch John Chancellor do this, and Tom Brokaw. I mean, I don't want to make myself overly self-important. I mean, it's an important newscast. People don't rely on these newscasts, let's be honest, the same way they did when I was coming up, in the 60s, because we have so many other outlets for news. But it's still an important appointment-based broadcast. People, they check their watches and they sit down.
If the newscast thing doesn't work out for you, just say that you're the proud purveyor of Lester Holt's Instagram. And then, maybe you'll connect to the next generation that way.
Yeah, maybe so. Social media, I'm always the slow guy on social media. The Instagram's been, fun to share, parts of my life that, I may not be able to share on this broadcast. As you may know, I did a weekend Today Show. This broadcast, obviously, we've got 30 minutes. They're precious minutes. The news is what we're all about. So you don't get the same opportunities to kind of let your hair down.
I'll let you get back to your precious minutes. Thanks for taking the time.
What a pleasure. Thanks for stopping by. Security?
Yeah.
So I've always loved Lester Holt and the energy that he has. Now here is a video of the behind the scenes of that. I thought that would be the behind the scenes of that, but I think that video will help you understand this video. So here we go.
It's known as 30 Rock, home of Saturday Night Live and The Today Show, and of course, NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt. Earlier today, they gave us an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at how Nightly News comes together.
7, 6, 5.
It's the most watched Nightly News broadcast in the country.
2, 1, 20.
Roll 76. Each week, more than 8 million people tune in to watch.
And there are fears that the money crisis.
But what you don't see is this.
Roll, cue, and dissolve.
And you definitely have to be an adrenaline junkie because it's part of what we do. I think everybody in this business, from even the EP, from the the front deck with the TD, the audio people, everybody in this room are adrenaline junkies.
But long before NBC Nightly News hits the air, there are a series of editorial meetings.
He has 2 stops today throughout Indiana.
Story ideas are discussed, and the broadcast begins to take shape with its quarterback already in place.
This is our kind of the NBC News desk, kind of the nerve center for the network here.
He's the man at the helm, the man whose name is attached to the broadcast, Lester Holt, who after 35 years in the business still loves it.
There's nothing more exciting than to be here, in the center of it all when a big story is breaking and watch this place just spring into action. It's really, on every level. It's really amazing.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
And had he not ascended to the biggest seat in broadcasting, there's a good chance Lester Holt would have been a professional musician. As it is, he still plays his bass whenever he can. His quiet confidence and work ethic at 30 Rock has earned him the nickname Iron Pants. Don't think that's a bad thing.
He is the hardest working man in show business. I look at Lester, he's here, he's there, he's traveling overseas, and then the next day he's back here in the studio, then he's going back out the next day.
Coming up in the next few weeks, more with Lester Holt, who, as his director pointed out, is truly a nice guy. In fact, he agreed to spend about 45 minutes today in a cab with me. It's interesting what kind of information you get out of someone when you ride in a cab as opposed to doing a set interview. In fact, tomorrow, our series, Curtis and Cars, begins with morning show personalities John, Jay, and Rich.
So there you go. So that's to give you a little behind the scenes of what it looks like to go beyond that 30 minutes. So I hope that shows you guys that, what you see on TV, it takes a lot of work. Takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of fucking damn consistency, but it's quite an amazing thing now.
And a crap ton of really, really talented people who probably don't get
Yes,
paid.
it does. Amen. Amen.
Some
Without
are actually union people too, even in
yes,
production.
absolutely. Let me tell you something. Without that team, there is no show. I just want y'all to know. And the best anchors and the best on-air talent understand that. So, with me pitching Brainley's virtual tour for the E Network and Peacock and Tubi, eventually I will have my own team. And just know, even though it's called Brainley's virtual tour, without that team, that addition of virtual tour to get to Tubi or E would not be happening. Okay, so it takes a lot of cogs to make that clock tick. For sure. And the Hood Table, welcome in. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, I'm always marveled at how, even speaking of the person that's being convicted of 34 felony counts, if you are just joining us, breaking news out of New York, 34 felony counts. The current leading candidate for the Republican nomination has been convicted of, once again, 34 felony counts in the state of New York, and that is very important. But yeah, I do think that we see people. I mean, like even when the Bleach Blonde Bad Bill, which by the way went viral, you see them there on the deals. But what you don't see is all the people that are basically sitting next to them or behind them. That's their number one staffer. And then in the gallery where you can see, which is where the cameras are a bunch of junior staffers who are kind of like, so even in the stuff that we kind of make fun of and joke about, the amount of people it takes to put those quote unquote things together or to make anything move in a significant way it really is huge. And that's why I drug O'Shea Jackson from the rising of the sun to the going down to say, sir, first of all, you came on the internet looking like Brokeback Cube. So I really wasn't feeling the beanie in the Burly Man beard. That was number one. And then number two, to sit there, and I'm so tired of people telling me that they've done research and they cannot tell you 3 books they've read. Can't tell you 3 books. So you sat there for hours on the internet or talking to people who you found on the internet because you had the ability like to pick up the phone and just call randos and they'll answer for you. But you haven't read a single book. Or if you read a book, it was only because that person told you to read it and you probably skimmed through it. And then, it just really bothers me the amount of times I hear people say they've done their own research, and then when you start asking them questions, like some of the most basic and fundamental questions, like the question I would have for him, if you are so concerned about the Black collective, if you are so concerned about self-determination and empowerment and autonomy, or what you would consider the black community. However you want to define it, I ain't getting into that argument because I don't even do that sector. Uh, what have you done to build that? Like, how many hundreds of thousands of acres of land can you say you own that could provide safety and shelter if crap went sideways tomorrow? I mean, what is the food situation there? What is the water situation there? What is the healthcare situation? Okay, so you haven't done any planning for any future. Okay, let's look at the neighborhood where you currently live. You have a house somewhere. So tell me, how many people can say that their school is founded, funded, endowed, which is a big word that, yeah, you should understand since you want all this collective economic empowerment by the sound of your voice. And you are not willing to, like, how many people are willing to follow you? They're willing to buy your music, but how many of them are willing to show up on a Saturday to volunteer with a bunch of backup boys to make sure that the community has little league and swimming lessons so kids don't drown to the summer? Like, what does it look like on the ground? And I get so angry, whether it's him, Amber, Walker, you name it, run down the list, all the foolishness that boy Wayne over there who bought his freedom from the federal charges he was facing. Like, we don't even have an intelligent conversation about these things.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I agree with you. I think that a lot of times, and I think it's on the celebrities and it's on us too, that sometimes we expect celebrities to be our voice for the culture in many different aspects, where really some people were not chosen for that. You know what I mean? I think, for example, right? Let's just say that I happen to be on the White House Council for Media and Entertainment and Culture. That would align with my purpose, because what do? I do media, I do entertainment, I am a part of the culture. However, you wouldn't put me as the head surgeon for the country. I didn't go to medical school.
How you put Ben Carson, who is an incredible neurosurgeon, over HUD, housing and urban development, like that.
Exactly. So to me, I think that people need to be able to understand that just because somebody is a celebrity doesn't mean that they have the right to elect themselves to be in any and all lanes. Sometimes it's important to just be in your lane and only your lane. You know what I mean? But hey, to each their own.
And as much as I love the culture, and as much as, like, I would happily sit on the President's Council for Education and Sustainability and Farming. There's other things I know about. I'm a Texas girl from the country, taught school 20 years. Put me down, coach. I would not want to sit on the NIH board that oversees the CDC.
Right.
I'm not a microbiologist. I'm not a virologist. I don't have a PhD in a bunch of medical sciences. I don't have 20, 30 years of physician experience treating patients. So the fact that people just want to drift so far out of their lane, and what really bothers me is, for lack of a better term, the attention whoreness of it. So you mean to tell me pimping out the Saudis, because I can't wait to get into that on my channel tomorrow about this clown, for payola to support your big three habit, the royalties from all your music and your movies. Like, that's not enough for you, sir? You have a beautiful wife and a beautiful family. That's not enough for you? You can't Nipsey Russell the game over there where you at, because God knows they need all the help they can get.
Right.
California has a huge water crisis and a huge agricultural crisis. What the F are you doing about that? Like, you live there, but I bet your lawn is green, and I bet it's the size of a golf course. Or small.
No, I definitely agree. I think that, celebrities do focus on what they want to focus on when they can always do more, for sure. So, and welcome in, everybody. Glad to have all of you here. Community Unity is up here with me, and we're speaking about a lot of things. The main topic at hand is that 45 has been found guilty on 34 counts of business fraud over the Stormy Daniels payment. And that's where we are right now on a Thursday night. Glad to have all of you here. So yeah, it's 2024, man. It's coming in high. Listen, I don't know what the recap. I don't know what. I don't know what the recap is going to be for New Year's Eve because I don't know how you're going to be able to recap this year. I just don't.
Child, remember the little dudes that used to do the looking at recap at the end of the year? That song would be 18 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
And they gonna vote for him, yo. I'm telling you, they gonna vote droves for this dude, bro. Like they gonna vote for droves for this dude, like a whole felon. Now tell me what person that isn't rich, privileged from birth, and orange could get away with it.
No,
and every time I hear somebody say the system is rigged, well, fine. If it's rigged for him, then it's rigged for everybody. Let everybody out. Oh, you don't want to let dude. Oh no, you believe the system works when it's locking up all these other people. You just don't believe the system works when it locks up people that look like you. Right. Which is really sad because we don't talk about white on white crime. At the end of the day, the country is still 60% white. So that means the vast majority of the people who are coming off the census are not us. Even with all the foolishness they show on the news. But they get the glow up on 2020 and Dateline and OWN and Snap and all these other places. And you get, somebody standing outside of state court, with a cheap camera doing B-roll, before the 6 o'clock news. That's the rest of it.
Right.
So this is what really happens in a system with no accountability. Like either you believe in accountability and you want, like who wants a felon running around their neighborhood? Name anybody in their right mind that wants a felon running around their neighborhood.
No, I agree. And let me tell y'all this too. The 6:30 news was the first break of this. This is going to be the story for the rest of the night on all cable news.
Live. These people are not going to sleep, bro. They not going to sleep.
They're not. And not to mention too, y'all, like I said, with, you know what? I'll just show y'all the behind the scenes of that too. Hang on real quick.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hang on real quick. Because, sometimes not sometimes, most of the time when I get media game, sometimes it falls on deaf ears, So I got to sometimes pull up receipts to validate the fact that I know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is a clip from Good Morning America about the behind the scenes of GMA. So here we go.
I am in the middle of the GMA control room where the show is directed and produced back here. But you know what? I'm going to head back out to the set right now. We're pulling back the curtain on how all of this happens. And there's a big mad rush to air this show every single day. Our dedicated team, we have reporters, producers, and our crew, they're all taking you behind the scenes. And this is GMA.
Going into Times Square right now. Let's show you what's out there. Can we do that? There it is.
George Stephanopoulos, if you don't know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
About to get the day started. Let's see what it brings.
What are you doing? What's going on?
Writing the show. This is the part of the morning where it goes from peaceful
Ginger Z, everybody.
right over to Times Square.
We're getting ready to go through some pieces and juggle and change some things on the show. And the day is young.
I'm the promo writer. So this morning we're teasing segments that are coming up on our show.
This is something we do every morning.
The Robin Roberts, by the way.
Joel Osteen.
No introduction needed.
Before we head out.
That part.
Before I formed you in the womb, I knew and approved of you. Jeremiah 1:5.
Upstairs studio. That's where we start off our show. So
We paused it.
Show with
Pause it.
Okay.
Run that back to the Robin Roberts clip and point out something to the audience.
So with Robin Roberts, now
that's what I wanted to show him. Show him the TV and tell him why it's like that. Show him the TV.
So the reason why the TV is like that is because when they get in, they are watching WABC. And not to mention in the car ride, they are checking Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Sometimes they checking TikTok. So they are checking all the sources while also talking to their producers. So that's why the TV looks like that. And also, too, Robin Roberts does a morning inspiration every morning before going down to set. So there's that. And so
importantly, her star power allows her to hire a team. If you look at the rest of the video, it looks a particular way. But when we get to the queen has used her position to advocate for people on her team to make sure that when she presents what she presents to all of America, that it is the best product that she can possibly put out. And
Absolutely.
sometimes that means you need to surround yourself with people that have your best interests at heart. And so I love the fact that her team looks like that. And if you notice, like even on the wall, like you can see, like they probably have like screens and stuff, where they can actually project and stuff. It's an amazing experience, but I just love the fact that the people that she trusts to present her to the world looks like her.
Absolutely. Amen to that. Very well said.
Before I formed You in the Womb, I knew and approved of you. Jeremiah 1:5.
So that second floor studio where Michael Strahan was right here. Now this is not the studio anymore. So this studio came about because Michael Strahan joined GMA from Live with Kelly and Michael. So that studio was originally for the 8:30 hour from 8:30 to 9, the end of the show, and then became a full 8 o'clock hour. So in a little bit, I'll show you the full studio. So let's go back right here. Okay, here we go.
Downstairs studio, that's where we start off our show. So we go through the show with our whole tech crew. Hello, everybody.
So, how long have you been here?
Working here 12 years.
Yeah. Here's Meg. She is our wonderful set designer. She has all of the creative vision, and then these great guys execute it. Meg, tell us a little bit about your job and kind of what you do here.
Any props that are on the show, I make them look pretty. When Belle's doing my makeup, I like to read everybody their horoscopes. So, let's see, I've got yours.
Amy Robach, who used to be the news anchor of GMA and the co-anchor of 2020, and then she became the breaking news anchor of GMA. She's no longer there.
Keep going. And then she became a story in her own right. Keep going.
She became a story in her own right because she hooked up with her fellow co-anchor of GMA3, TJ Holmes, who was also no longer there. So just to give you context there. Okay.
Molly, it's someone who knows you well is playing on and making you feel uncomfortable. Am I making you feel uncomfortable right now?
Person's taking this right now as we try to figure out which sound bites to put in the first half hour.
We had to make a change to my piece this morning. This is how I do it. It's called the lip mic. And this mic right here actually cancels out any noise, any outside noise.
I'm going to check in with the producers here because my story has been changed already 3 times. I just want some confirmation because I was on Brady and then I was moved to Franco. Back to Brady?
We're exactly half an hour away from the show, so this is like crunch time.
Have you ever seen Star Wars where they're in the trash compactor and the walls start closing in? So we've reached that part of the morning.
It's holding right at 3 megabits.
Oh boy. Any second delay at 3 megabits?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Now, that is a live feed of correspondence. So basically what they're doing is they're checking the audio and the video to make sure that when Robin says, "Good morning" to Braylon Lee, that, everything correlates. Okay.
It's solid. It's better than it's been all morning.
Go live in 6.5 minutes.
Going downstairs.
Man, the equipment is amazing, dude.
Yep.
Here we go.
And good morning, America. What a devastating scene in Southern California right now.
So we're in a commercial break. What's going on over here?
I'm texting my kids to make sure they get on the school bus.
You got to get your kids on the school bus from work. You got to get them to school from work.
By the way, this is kombucha. Kombucha. People are asking us all the time.
You don't want to smell it. That's all.
It's some good stuff. So about to go to the teas. One and only Janetta.
That is Lara Spencer. By the way, I have to say, George and Robin are a dynamic team. He worked at the White House. She is a legend in the world of sports and the soul of GMA. And then Michael Strahan originally did not want to do the job because he didn't come from that journalism background. But ABC said, listen, people love their news from different sources. And the thing that I love about Michael Strahan, he does not pretend to be a journalist. He is the straight-laced man that is the best friend, that is your homeboy, that is reacting to the news of the day as we are hearing it. And he has grown into such a legend in broadcasting, to go from daytime TV on live after Regis Philbin, which nobody could fill his shoes, to Fox NFL Sunday, to the $100,000 Pyramid, and to be one of the co-anchors of America's #1 morning show. This is the perfect dynamic trio: the soul, the smarts, and the and the relatable energy. That's a dynamic trio. So I just want to just give that science behind that trio. All right, here we go.
In Southern California right now.
So we're in a commercial break. What's going on over here?
I'm texting my kids to make sure they get on the school bus.
You got to get the kids on the school bus from work. Got to get them to school from work.
This is kombucha. Kombucha. People asking us all the time.
You don't want to smell it. That's all.
It's some good stuff. So about to go to the teas. One and only Janetta. Look, no one rolls me like Janetta. Hey, sister dear.
This morning, Robin talking about her sister on the show retiring.
She's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And these are tears of joy. They really are. But she is such an icon there. She started a mentorship program. He's done so much for the community that I really am happy.
I don't know how you held it together as well as you did announcing your retirement. I just lost it.
The mic that usually goes on the suit of the guest failed. Our team jumped into action and handed him a stick mic from about 1975.
I'm here with their audio team. They are the best in the business, but these things happen. It's live TV.
Yep.
Guys, what happened?
Hold on, somebody's talking to my ear.
3, 2, 1.
And that's the end of the show.
Hi, I'm Sarah, Michael's producer. You'll see this is Michael's routine every day after the show. He takes selfies with everyone in the audience.
Now I'm gonna give you some game, okay? Now if I was at GMA, Michael Strahan, George Stephanopoulos, and Robin Roberts all have production companies. If this studio was still here, I would have my business card. I would have my resume. I'll have my cover letter. Listen, even though he's taking pictures, that brother owns sports, media, and culture entertainment, okay? Just give me y'all some free game if you want to get to the next level.
It's a 2-minute elevator pitch together, my people.
Come on, listen, here we
Every
go.
day after the show. He takes selfies with everyone in the audience.
They invest in us, so we want to invest in them and give them a little personal time outside of the show. It's important to me because their energy is what makes the show go.
We gotta head uptown because we gotta start all over again.
We're going to get good takeaways for people on how to protect the social media.
Other than Washington?
Washington.
We'll work on that next
Good.
week.
The president's doing a press conference with the Prime Minister of Norway this afternoon, so I'll be anchoring the special report. It's my day job.
I am getting ready to go on to WABC, our New York affiliate here, to promote my Tanya Harding special.
The president's about to have a joint press conference with the Prime Minister of Norway.
There are a couple of things that Trump hit in the joint press conference with Norway. So John Carl will put that together.
We cut anywhere between 30 to 50 slates of B-roll each night.
GMA, this is Sean. That was my editor telling me that our cut of the piece is complete.
I am creating the titles for, these are credit titles for all the people on the show.
What time is it?
It is midnight? No idea. Never know.
Hey, I was gonna ask you, is this recording now?
It is.
Okay, then I won't ask you.
We are working on today's cold open, which will air in just a few hours.
But we're back and we're doing it all over again. We do it every single day.
Welcome back.
Yep. A lot goes into morning TV, everybody.
Together.
And I don't look too calm.
Yeah.
It's control chaos.
Even when I was backstage just to come out to introduce this piece, I was like, I got to get out of here. It's crazy back there.
But we're missing 3. We're missing Fonzie, Angie, and Eddie.
Yep.
Just another 3. And Brad in the green room.
They just wanted their individual time. They're like, we don't want to get a piece. We want our own time. But I got to
always make time. Love you guys.
But I do say we're so thankful for everybody behind the scenes and what they do, and we're thankful that you at home take your time out to watch the show as well. So thank you guys so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.
Thank you, Robin. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you as always. So that studio that you guys saw, this is a website called Newscast Studio. They made this studio for Michael Strahan and for the 8 o'clock hour. Unfortunately, it's no longer there. But this studio fit 100 people, so they could do interview segments from there. Of course, the big video monitor there. And as we scroll down here, and that's all wood, by the way, everybody. And so that banner there, if you notice outside of Times Square here, I'll show you this. It was inspired by these ribbons on the outside. So they brought those ribbons on the inside of the studio so they could put, breaking news, breaking news ticker right there. Those light up right there. And then you have a accent wall there where correspondents will stand and throw the pieces. And then, of course, what you guys saw by the hang on, I'll play it here. Hang on. So I'm gonna go back just for a minute because what you guys may not have seen here is this huge video wall which opens up and has been a entrance for guests. And then where Michael Strahan comes out right here, that's backstage and right here. So it really is a lot to morning TV. And then, of course, the feedback monitors here because, sure, the show is going on in front of you, but also, too, you have the show in-house. So it's quite a sight to behold. And then, of course, this is the studio that you guys see every day. Those are actual letters carved out there. Huge video wall still there. See, this is the nerd side of me. Those doors open there. You see, they still have the couch there.
All the way out on your newscaster stuff, love my friend.
Say that again.
I said, we know, bro, you just nerd all the way out when it comes to your media and broadcast stuff, honey.
Damn straight. And so this is a interview area here. That's an interview area there. That's also a video wall there. So that's just to give you a little behind the scenes of Good Morning America. And by the way, for those of you who may not know, that's also another video wall. So this actually used to be the home base of Good Morning America, and downstairs was the second floor energy where they brought the audience inside. So these two stages have flipped upside down. And by the way, that is a 360 video wall. Well, not all the way, because then you wouldn't be able to walk. But basically, they're able to put that, put any graphic, any video there. They did this because of COVID. So when COVID happened, that 100-person studio, unfortunately, had to go away. So, and then this is the scene here. Now, this room right here behind Robin used to be Social Square. Now, Social Square was almost like the orange room of the Today Show. So now it's more of a video wall here. So let me show y'all Social Square here. GMA Social Square. So here it is here. Let's see if I can pull up the images here. So this was the GMA Social Square. I thought this was like the coolest thing ever. I wish they would still have this because I promise you, I would. Listen, if they would have done a Social Square correspondent job, I promise you, I would be there every morning. So they had the social slots where you could pull. It's like a slot machine, so you can have questions from Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus at the time. Then you have your selfie mirror, and this was all sponsored by Samsung. So you see the ticker there. You have these accent screens there, and so those letters are GMA. Then you have Facebook right there. You have a Spy-Fi machine. You have foosball, though I prefer air hockey myself. Then you have Akira coffee machine, water there. So it's really, really, really cool. Unfortunately, they did not keep it, though. So that's a little bit behind the scenes of evening news and morning news, everybody. So there you go. I love nerding out.
Yeah, so one of the things that, like he was showing you, like all those people who have all those jobs, they like literally are there at 3:30 in the morning to produce a 7 or 8 o'clock show. Well, when breaking news like today happens, Everybody's getting called in. It's a Thursday evening, so they might not have even had. Well, they probably had a pretty full crew today, mostly because they were on Birdie Watch. So they pretty much had everybody, but like literally at 4:30, you think, yeah, we're done for the day, and then pop,
Yep.
it's like fireworks. It's literally like just like somebody kicked over an anthill. The amount of activity. So shout out to all those hardworking people that are not going to get much
Yes,
rest until
indeed.
about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. When the fresh
Yes.
legs come in, and really the fresh crop of legs is in trouble because they got to be able to watch, what's going on right now. So they will be fresher than the people who are anchoring tonight. But you're gonna see your people, your main NBC, ABC, even your CNN and Fox and other major news nation,
Yes.
all of anchors, whatever their major 5, 4 people are. Um,
Hey,
they're
Nikki P. Good to see you, beautiful. You are just fine. We're still here chilling. Good to see you, beautiful. Long time no see. We'll definitely have to catch up. Love you as always. But community unity is absolutely right. So I'm telling you right now, the rundown has been shifted, and this will be the top story on CBS Mornings, the Today Show, and Good Morning America at 7 a.m. live. So
it's going to be a different because it's a moment in history. Whether you feel like the whole system is rigged or you feel like justice finally caught up with a criminal, it is a historical fact that in our country we have never convicted a president. Now that's not for their lack of crime. Oh no. They've tried real hard, but it really is difficult to hold people accountable when they amass both money and power. See, if you got one or the other, take Sam Bankman-Fried. He had a bunch of money. He had virtually no power. Virtually no power. You're hiding out in the Bahamas playing video games, bro. Like nobody takes you seriously. Even as you writing checks, because literally that's all you are, and there's always somebody behind you that's going to be able to write checks. Where is he at?
yeah,
Burning Man was a different story. You had both, which is why you was able to skate for like 20 years, 15 years almost, scamming all these pension funds. You know how hard it is to scam a state or a college's pension fund? That's heavy work right there.
yeah, absolutely.
So what happens in these situations is for him accountability. Had he really stayed in New York, probably none of this would have never happened. Like none of this. Like none of the bad things that he's experiencing probably ever would have happened. He'd have been an old dude, still hanging out with rappers from the '90s and young blonde chicks looking like Hugh Hefner. Like that would have been his legacy, his life. But it's the compulsion and the greed. Um, because remember, the incident that led to all the counts happened in 2006. You could have paid this woman off a decade ago, bro. And nobody, it didn't. Only when it came down to the wire and you needed it to go away did you decide to, once again, for the kiddies who are just joining us, tell the nieces and the nephews, tell the babies getting ready to go to college. There are 3 things we need the kids to know about committing felonies. Number 1, do not use the mail. That's mail fraud. You need the Fed involved. Do not use banks. Do not create entities. Do not have transfers or create fake mortgages. Do not use banks. And do not hang out with stupid people. Like, you need the kids to know that. And so if they can do that, they can probably get to adulthood without facing 34 counts of business fraud.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah, he brought this on himself. Like, he didn't have this to do. Like, he didn't have any of this to do. But because he was both greedy, because at the time when the crimes went down, he could have backed out. They'd have picked somebody else. He probably would have got a cushy job, grifting, scamming more money. Then he went back to New York, balling with his gold toilets, and everything would have been cool. He'd have still had his, playmates. She still would have had, whatever she doing, because it ain't, according to Stormy Daniels, much to do over there. So a girl would have still been doing what she doing, raising her kid, and everybody would have been fine. But there is a compulsion to greed that we don't talk about. Everybody's upset about the price of gas and the price of food, but nobody talks about the fact that the egg producers. Now I want you to think about how many products have eggs. Not just your breakfast food, but the fact that all bread is made with eggs, all cakes, pie, like all there's so many products that you eat. They have eggs as a part of it, and for them to get together, and it was real collusion because they got sued by the Justice Department and they settled for like a crap ton of a fine. But they literally called them a cartel. They killed animals and destroyed products so they could drive up the price because they knew they had people over a barrel. Like, we really don't talk about the compulsion of greed. And they did the same thing with the pork producers. They got busted too. It was in the paper last week. That this man right here, this convicted felon right here as of today, was talking to executives from the oil companies to keep gas prices high. Like, how is that okay? And then you don't talk about that in 2020 when the whole universe was going absolutely bananas. This dude cut a deal with OPEC, which are the oil producing countries on the other side of the planet, to cut production for 4 years.
Right.
Knowing full well that his term would be up long before any of that stuff would run out. It literally just ran out like May of like last year or something. So when we talk about if everybody's the same or darned if you do, darned if you don't. But like again, you don't stop to actually read a book or just, read something. Like, they're not really hiding it, like, it's out there. Then it grieves me that we can't get to the right decision about what's in the best interest for most people. Not some, but most.
Absolutely. No, very well said. Very well said. And I think that this moment in time right now of 2024 is going to be for every history book. You know what I mean? That this had the recording and the recollections that's happened this year is going to be unlike anything else. You know what I mean? And I truly, truly mean that and believe that for sure. So, this is a moment in time that it's never going to come around.
Yeah, nobody expected a parade in Dallas in November to be significant. It turned out to be pretty bad. It was a parade. Like, nobody expected a parade in Dallas to be. Nobody expected a Tuesday in September to be. Pretty bad day. Like, every once in a while, what I say is that the calendar gets ripped off the wall and plucked down into the history book. Not every calendar day gets plucked down into the history book, but there will be some on that calendar that we will simply have to pluck down off the wall and put in the history book. A Tuesday in September will do that to you. A Thursday in November will do that to you. April 4th, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee will do that to you. And then y'all backdoor and do that boy brother in a couple of months later in California. That'll do that to you. Convicting a felony on May 30th. Yeah, you just got snatched off the wall and plucked down the history book.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. So, and I appreciate all of your commentary for what you have said, and this is there's really no words. I'm trying to find the words, but there really is no words. And this is the thing that I really do love about our channel is we are so topical, we are so open, and we are so curious over here that we really are down for anything. And I think truly the strength of a channel is not in the quantity of things that a channel can do, but it's the quality of the energy that the channel gives. And does the channel match the energy of what you're looking for? Because what's my rule about this channel? When I'm off, I'm off. Unless the culture is talking about something that is important enough where I need to start up this car and go on tour. And I think that rule keeps you responsible. I think that rule keeps me responsible. I think that rule keeps us responsible as a community over here. You know, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, nope, I gotta start that car and go on tour, because this is a very, very historic day today that will live in history. There's no way to rewrite this history. There's no way to scratch this or edit this history. It is what it is. He has been found guilty on all 34 counts. So
that is the breaking news of May 30th, 2024. Yeah, I did not plan on Thursday. Look, I'm working on some other stuff. I business advisor for 2 hours. She wore me out with the financials. I got like 8 of them. Like, this is not on my radar to do like at all.
Right, same. Like I was literally enjoying being on tour, and then I'm like, damn you, culture! I gotta start this car up.
Like on a Thursday? Like, are we doing this on a Thursday, 2024? Girl. I was already tired, girl. Trying to get myself together for the weekend, girl. And you done told everybody, I'm gonna bring, like, there is no front of the congregation. Like, she talking to everybody. Like, she talking to the whole room today. You ain't gotta walk down here for prayer. You sit right there in your seat. You gonna be able to get this message. She spoke loud enough for the people in the back to hear. Like, that's wow, 34 counts. And I mean, again, you didn't even have this stuff to do. Like, it would have been so easy. And you know what's low-key funny, bro? I think if he was gonna talk, he'd have still won. Because they hate women. She's a, worker. And the other girl was a bunny. I think had they talked, it wouldn't have mattered. That's the sad part. That's what we're supposed to see.
Right.
And it's been like way worse stuff to come out than, the worker and the bunny. But I really do think there are some forces that really just override morality for a lot of people. I'm going to just be honest. And these are some of the people who claim and profess loudly that their moral compass is their guiding post. And we watch them contort and convulse to cram into a box that is quite caustic, but we watch them do it all the time. Like the worst circus show we've ever seen in our lives. But it is what it is. I honestly think had those girls talked, nobody would have cared.
Yeah, I have to agree, because I think the energy is on the culprit, right?
Yeah.
Not saying that their testimonies would not have mattered, but I think the culmination of all of his history, this is a huge mea culpa. To quote a song, when it all falls down, I'm telling you, when it all falls down, really, and honestly, to use one more lyric, what goes around, comes back around, to use Justin Timberlake's words there. So, this has been a long time coming for a lot of people, and listen, I know that tonight on Fox News, or fake news for the rest of us, the 45's family is going to be on all night long. Because this one right here is going to be something here. Let's see here. Brownsville voice, peace and love to the queen of the community, Queen T herself. Always a pleasure to see you live in these neck of the woods. Peace and love to the brother up there as well as the chat. Thank you so much, Dragonfly Jones' cousin. Appreciate you. Glad to have you here. And I could
supporting us.
Absolutely. And I will tell y'all this. There's going to be an exclusive interview coming very soon. because this calls for a historic interview. For those of you who may not know, the first presidential debate will be on June 27th in Atlanta, moderated by CNN State of the Union co-host Jake Tapper and Nana Bash. So I don't know if this interview is
right
going
now,
to come
May
out.
30th, 24, he ain't going.
Wait, say that again?
I called it right now. We'll talk about it on. Then you gonna be over here drinking popcorn on camera. He ain't going. He ain't going.
You mean he's not going to the debate?
He ain't going. Nope, not going. I'll send you a Coke all the way to your house.
Listen, I don't know, because his response, and this is the thing too, I think we all know this by now, he thrives off of attention and being seen. This will be the first time for him to really speak out on this, unless there is an exclusive interview to come out before the debate. Now, right now, if I was on his team, I would say, don't you do no exclusive interview right now.
Oh, Sean Hannity's on his way to Florida if he ain't already there. I can tell you that right now. Sean Hannity is in Florida, and if he ain't in Florida right now, he'll be there by tomorrow. I promise.
Well, here's the thing. Speaking of that, Sean Hannity is actually not in New York anymore. He has moved his studio to Florida. And so, for those of you who may or may not know, there is a thing as satellite studios, right? And so basically what a satellite studio is think about it like this. There's the national headquarters and then there's the regional headquarters, to give that analogy. So Sean Hannity moved to Florida. He has a studio, and then they broadcast the show to the nation from his home in Florida. And this has also happened with Joe Scarborough from Morning Joe. The Morning Joe morning show is usually held from Rockefeller Center in New York City, but
you know anything about TV, you can tell by the backgrounds if they're in studio or not. But we'll share that to you another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a specific look, even though they designed it to where the green screen and the graphics mirrors the kind of USA DC thing that they would normally get. You can tell when the people are in studio, because when they do the live shot, sometimes they accidentally catch a cameraman as they spin the table, because it is I think it's not a 360, but it's like a 270 their desk. Or they might have went to a full 360 where they just purposely set the cameras to where each one is not in the shot, because I think I've seen all four of them on the table.
Yeah, and not to mention too, when the morning shows broadcasted from their homes, I gotta tell you, it was fun and refreshing to see that these people really still wanted to do their jobs. You know what I mean? For some, it was like, oh my God, I don't have to.
To me, some of Trevor's best shows were the ones when he was in his house.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it was humanizing to see that we all were going through it, right? But there is nothing than getting in a car service at 3:00 in the morning and getting ready to go live to the nation at 7:00 in the morning. There is nothing like 1 hour before from 5:30 to 6:30 and getting ready to give the news in 30 minutes live. Oh my God, the energy of it is just woo, man.
You got to be an adrenaline junkie. You got to be a roller coaster kind of kid. You had to be the one that wanted to sit in the front. Let's go, because that is white knuckling it to the bone, and you do that every single day. But yeah, like our poor former president has found himself unfortunately convicted on all 34 counts in New York State. He has been found guilty on all 34 counts in New York State, and unfortunately for him, that may pose a problem for his plans for November. Now, understand, like, there's an appeal process. It's going to take forever. Um, they're going to have to work their way through the state court system. For the record, this will not be a repeat of Nixon. Gerald Ford is not coming to, there is no Gerald Ford to come to his rescue, so don't worry about that part. Appeals take on average, sometime anywhere from a year to two. Appeal can take a year to two. And I'm gonna be honest with you, more likely, um, he's gonna get, like, if I'm being honest with you, I don't even think they're gonna give him a day. Because if they give him a day, you gotta realize it's state jail, so you don't really quote unquote do a day. You'd probably be there for like 3 or 4 hours if you were quote unquote. Think Paris Hilton. If anybody ever saw that famous video where she like walk in and she walk out at midnight or something like that. Just long enough for you to eat peanut butter jelly sandwich and go home. So more than likely, nobody wants to penalize the Secret Service. At the end of the day, when people say that the Secret Service has to go with him, they are not protecting his physical body from injury or harm. They're there to protect all the things he has seen and witnessed from ever not being shared in the right way, which is why the case down in Florida is really probably the bigger thing that's going to have accountability really taking a rocket over to his address. But that's what they're there for. There are so many things that you have heard and you just cannot unsee. Their job is to make sure that stuff which you cannot unsee but yet still say never gets happened. That's their job. So they ain't gonna penalize the people like that. So more likely they'll get the max fine. They're gonna probably give him a year home confinement so that way he's trapped down there at the golf course with bed bugs, allegedly. And that'll be the end of it until accountability finds him again. But understand they're going to vote for him. In like the last time he got whopped by 7 million in the popular vote, I think it'll probably be less than 3. Like they're gonna run the numbers up because on a lot of levels, it's accountability for thee and not me. And we see that for so many people. Think about it, even when people are late to work. You lie to your boss and say, "Oh, it was my kid threw up. You just overslept because you drunk last night, or maybe you went out and got the extra smash, and you came home and you was late running and doing your duck bath like my grandma say." But you'll tell them, "Oh, I had a flat or oh, it was traffic," because you don't want the accountability. You want the grace. But then if you're standing there at the meeting waiting on someone who is running late, or you looking at your watch, you talking crap, you counting down to 15 minutes before you send an email to the team lead about this person is a clown, they wasting our time. Think about how we operate just in our own microcosm. Then add $1 billion to that and being rich your whole 70-something-year-old life.
No, agree for sure. Yeah. Child, you at this point, like I said, there is no bingo cards for 2024. If you gave a $5 fee to get into this bingo game, you're not getting it back.
Here. You just donate that money to the charity.
That part right there.
You that's pamper money right there. You just gave that money away. That's cool. You had a 5 spots below.
Yeah.
Well, honey, as always, I love you, but I have little people that have walked into this area. Yes, that have walked into my area like 8 times, like, mommy, and I'm like, okay. So, like I say, I went ahead and made like a quick little brief spiel on my channel because I really want to tackle, like you say, how it affects the community and the culture. He gonna get his accountability from the state of New York. That's between him and the people in Judge Mershon. What we need to talk about is the Amber Roses of the world who are playing in our faces, who are telling us that everything is the same. All these content creators you see all over the spheres talking about, oh, it doesn't matter, it's 2 sides of the same bird. That is not true. I live in the state of Texas. I can tell you what is happening here in Louisiana is real different than what is going on in Minnesota, in Wisconsin. It just is. Like, I know somebody who had to say goodbye to their 29-year-old day son because of a law we passed, bro. But that's really that ain't happening in Minnesota. Nah. But he can make it happen all in all the continuous 48. Now what Alaska and Hawaii gonna do, child, Some people do their own thing and they always have and always will. You can make it hard to sell on the continuous 48, I promise you.
Yeah. No, agreed. I think that people are looking for truth, they're looking for honesty, and they're looking for transparency. And at this point, I think the standards are so high that they're not accepting anything less than the best.
May that be the case across the board. Like, even if you get rid of these old men, like, let's say you don't care nothing about these old men, you do care about, like, Bray, where you live at. Think about all the stuff that you see on your local news. Your governor is crazy, bro. And she's a nut. And she's doing crazy shit every day. So is mine. So is the clown next door losing. Like, if you don't even care about them old men, cool, don't care about it. Can you please care about the people down the street?
Absolutely.
Fine, don't show up for the old men, okay? Screw both of them, great. Can you care about, like, your school board and shit? Can you care about, like, who the mayor picks to be the chief of police that's gonna keep hiring these cops that keep shooting y'all?
Correct.
Like, can you care about that shit? Like, please. I got a stepson. He's 23. He's handsome. He's tall. He's like 6'1". I like to see him, you know, be tall and handsome and 51 or 20, 31, something. I don't know how long I'm going to live. But, you know, like, I like to see at least 30 years. I think I can squeeze out another 30 years. I look good. I definitely want to see you squeeze out at least another 30, 40. So fair, like it really does matter. Like, people think it doesn't matter, but it really does matter. My mom would take insulin. Do you know what it's like to now have $35 insulin, bro? And not $300 insulin? She's on a fixed income. The shit matters.
Yeah. No, for sure. Well, child, I love you as always. Thank you for your great commentary. And y'all just like, comment, share, and subscribe to Community for sure. Much love to her. I'll drop her link. Oh, hang on. Hey, Snatch by Diego. Welcome in, good sir.
Hello. Did I miss you?
No, we're still live right here, good sir. We are still live right here.
That was loud. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, good sir. How are you?
Oh, I am amazing.
Good.
Just thought I'd, come in and, say this, celebrate the great day of conviction. What is this day?
The day that he ucked up.
Yeah.
Listen, the day that he ucked up. You heard? Listen.
Absolutely. Have you watched Mel's live today?
I was on Mel's live today for a little bit. The funny thing is, she went live as I was live, right? So I heard bits and pieces. You know what I mean? By the way, that is Miss Uplifting TV's YouTube channel there. Then of course I'll put down Snatch by Diego's channel as well here. But yeah, so yeah, I was there. I was here and there for a little bit.
Okay. Well, let me tell you that your wife, Miss Melody Cherie, right?
Lee. Yes, Melody Cherie. Yes.
I can't listen. I can't do it. There's too much L's happening. Melody Cherie Lee. Okay.
Yes. Or you can say Melody Lee,
Mm-hmm.
But Melody Cherie has a whole ring to it. But if you want to shorten it to, Miss Lee or Melody Lee,
Well, let me tell you, today was not the day to play with her.
No, I did hear it.
You heard it? Today's
Yes,
the day. Mama said no. Okay, she said, I used to turn the other cheek, but today, eye for an eye.
Correct. Correct.
And I love every bit of it.
Yeah.
I love every bit of it. She's talking to all the demons. She's going to speak down on you if you continue to speak down on her.
Yeah. She is going to match the energy. And, you know, honestly, to tell you the truth, it really does get tiring of always trying to be loving, kind, and gracious when your love, kind, and gracious is not being respected.
They don't want her to be respectable. So she's giving them what they want.
Absolutely.
That's how I took it.
Yeah.
You know, they like some people just like out of the blue just start hating her.
Right.
You know, after, you know, having conversations with her and what?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Today is a good day. You know?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Seems like things are going right.
It definitely does. I was just resting. Because you know me, I usually try my very best to keep my peace, keep my sanity, and keep my joy together. And I was literally just laying here, just chilling, enjoying the time off, and then, damn it, live on tour. You know, so
yeah. I'm gonna try to write some things down. I finally got gosh darn it, PC.
Yes.
Now I'm just waiting on my monitor to come in because it's currently connected to my TV. It's a little bit slow on the refresh rate. You know what I mean? So I don't really care to put it on my TV too much, other than maybe watching TV like a movie or something.
Exactly.
But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to. Well, I will be able to share also since I have a computer now. But hopefully I can figure out this green screen. I think I got it kind of already. I got my camera on the way. My webcam for the computer, because I mean, when I'm sitting here, I'd rather not have to use my phone for everything. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully I can get some things together and get my first real video going. Exciting times.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's exciting to be moving forward. It's exciting to be investing in going forward, and more than anything, it's exciting to have a forward mindset. You know what I mean? So,
you know what? Speaking of that, what exactly are you trying to do over there on what Tubi? What did you say you were pitching ideas to?
So yeah, you know, I've been promoting this studio's opportunity ever since the opportunity opened up. So it is a chance for your movie or TV show to become a Tubi original on the Tubi platform to 75 plus to 80 plus million monthly active users. You have right now and tomorrow until 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 750 applications have been submitted. And then if you're looking for another opportunity, NBC Universal is looking for new pitches where up to 5, count them 5, will receive a $20,000 development deal with a possible green light consideration, which means that your show could be on the streaming service Peacock, Oxygen, USA Network. That's Peacock, USA Network, Bravo, Oxygen, E, and NBC. So, and for that one, you have from May 21st to June 30th. I think at the same time, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So,
right.
So basically, Diego, one of these two could appear right before this show. So either this one or this. Could appear before this show. So, pretty big deal, and hopefully everything will work out.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, one of those two. Yeah, so either so the 2B1 could appear before this title card for the show, or this one could appear.
Oh, before your show starts. Got it. That's how we know you got some sort of deal.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny too because I've been doing that for every live just to promote the opportunity, but also to motivate myself of I could be a Peacock original or Tubi original to the world.
Yeah.
So
that's true. Absolutely true. Ooh, wait. Uh-oh. There we go. Ooh, all right. Well, I was like, let me come up here and say hi to them, but I was too late. It looks like it was just you up here by yourself. It was a girl up here.
yeah, Community Unity was up here. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a surprise tour or a bonus tour because, like I said, you know, on Thursdays I rest, or at least I try to until the culture becomes the culture, and then I have to go on tour. You know, so but yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about to jump off and head back to the bushes.
Understood. Much love, brother. Good to see you as always.
Absolutely. We'll do this again. So we're doing this Saturday.
Yes.
I gotta take a picture or two. Send some.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Much love, bro. Talk soon. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a little commercial break, and we will be back with more Virtual Tour Live right after this. Roll it.
Yeah, we hustle all day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, come on, drop it to the floor. Drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez, Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Are we really doing this?
Doing what?
Getting back together.
And here we are.
Did you miss us?
Oh, it's been a minute. But there's no place like home.
You've never seen a homecoming like this.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Welcome to Copeland's.
Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big. Or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet boy and blue, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. I come from Memphis. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'll see that. Don't you leave here to go for happiness. I want you to leave here to show.
Hey, grab me one too.
What is this feeling that everyone's feeling?
Ding, ding, ding.
With such feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This winning feeling.
Ding, ding, ding.
This tingle of success. This sensation of triumph.
Ding, ding, ding.
This sensation.
Oh, I can feel it.
This season, everyone gets the winning feeling. Win guaranteed prizes like $250 grand and more. Only at Dave & Buster's.
Have you tried the Popeyes chicken sandwich made with our buttermilk crispy chicken and our delicious toasted brioche buns with spicy or classic mayo? If you haven't, try it today for just $3.99.
Love that chicken from Popeye.
Have you?
Welcome to the Paris Olympics. Look at my hot girl.
Bonjour.
And that is the Olympics hot girl style.
So it's a winged, fire-breathing, talking horse.
No.
Okay.
That is the Olympics.
Olympics?
Olympics.
What are they not getting about this?
Right?
I'm loving it.
I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brain League's virtual tour live. Glad to have all of you here. It has been quite a time for sure. Whew, my Lord. Lord help. Lord help. That's actually doing a Mexican accent, Lord help. So let's go ahead and do what we do it in the show, guys, with the Daily Motivator. This has been a great bonus tour because I was supposed to be off today. Let's see here. Here we go. All right, y'all. It is time for the Daily Motivator. Let me. right, y'all. It's time for the Daily Motivator. Here we go. Life is like a game of cards. The hand that is dealt you represents determinism. The way you play it is free will. Wow. All right now. From Jawal Nehru. So it is time for the Daily Motivator for Thursday, May 30th, 2024. Man, I can't believe that tomorrow will be May 31st. We'll be in June like that. It's time for the Daily Motivator for Thursday, May 30th, 2024. True priorities. Your priorities play a major role in the way your life unfolds. It's crucial to be honest with yourself about them. Your actual priorities are not defined by what you say they are, what you assume them to be. Your priorities are determined by what you do. Look at how you're spending your time. Look at where you're putting your efforts. Those are your priorities. Those are your genuine commitments. How do you change your true priorities to align with what's most meaningful to you? You can change how you invest your time and energy. Pay attention to your true priorities and take control of them with your choices throughout each day. Be sure to give yourself the priorities that propel your life in a positive, fulfilling direction. Ralph Walson. Well, I think true priorities begins with what you take time out to do. That's the first thing I would say to you. The second thing, when it comes to true priorities, there has to be a purpose for those priorities in order for them to be true to you. So many times we just think that something that we want to do for others is a priority, but really we have to know what's a priority and what is a gracious request. You know what I mean? So we have to know the difference between the two. And then finally, when it comes to true priorities, to me, I truly feel that in the words of this great brother here, it really is all determined by how you move.
You are not going to get anywhere spiritually or otherwise until you come to that point where you don't give a damn what people think about you. As long as you worry about what other people think about you, you will be mediocre. It only matters what you believe about yourself. Believe in yourself as a successful person. Believe that you can and you will. But until you believe you can, you won't.
What more needs to be said, right? And I really do think that is very true. You have to know that your priorities intentionally make you better. Because if they don't intentionally elevate you, they will backslide you. If they don't elevate you, they will backslide you. If they don't elevate you, they will backslide you. So with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. This was a very good live. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you are always born a blessing. And trust you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing, call yourself is nothing. Be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. Hopefully, by spending time together, we're to be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just giving your thoughts on a very historical day. Make sure the replay is not just worth for you to watch it, not just for you to listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. I love you. I value. I embrace you. I always remember, or receive love, you gotta give it, or receive love, you gotta give it, or receive love, you gotta give it. Whatever obstacles you have overcome, whatever successes you have achieved on this particular day, I am extremely proud of you, but no one else is proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, no matter what you do in life, there are rewards and consequences. If you're going to do something for a long time, make sure that there are rewards coming with what you do, not consequences. Commercial break and fireworks are coming your way. Enjoy the fireworks for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings on the way for you, me, all of us as a society, as a people, as a culture. I feel the love. I send it right back to you. Good night, everybody.
All day. Yeah, we're working, let me play. You know me, work real hard, now we're ready, let's play. hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go, yeah. Hustle up, yeah. Ready, set, let's go. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder. Now get low, get low, get low, get low. Come on, yeah, drop it to the floor. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up a little louder.
For Ramirez, Wingstop's triple meal deal. 6 classics, 6 boneless, and 2 tenders with 2 dips and a large fry for just $17.99. Get yours delivered today at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Are we really doing this?
Doing what?
Getting back together.
And here we are.
Did you miss us?
Oh, it's been a minute. But there's no place like home.
You've never seen a homecoming like this.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is.
Good morning, America.
GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Welcome to Copeland's. Copeland's is not just some fancy place for your big night out. In fact, there's no occasion too big, or if you like, too small. Copeland's. There's always something good.
Sweet boy and you, one look at you, and it was plain to see you were my destiny. God, you were found. I come from Memphis. Our son is your son. Welcome to the celebration. We all we got. I'll do that. Don't you leave here today for happiness. I want you to leave here with show.
Welcome to the Paris Olympics. Look at my hot girl.
Bonjour.
And that is the Olympics hot girl style.
So it's a winged, fire-breathing, talking horse.
Duh.
Okay.
That is the Olympics.
Olympics?
Olympics.
What are they not getting about this?
Right?
Hey, grab me one too.
Things have been a little quiet around here. We've missed the fun, we've missed the excitement, we've missed the entertainment, we've missed the nightlife, but most of all, we've missed you. We're getting ready. Caesar's Rewards. We can't wait to welcome you back.
New Orleans don't make a lick of sense to most people.
A big city built below sea level that throws logic out the window and beads to strangers. And our chicken is no different. A fast food restaurant selling fried chicken that takes 12 hours to marinate? That makes no sense. But it does make delicious. The best recipe for big flavor ain't about logic. Because you know magic when you see it or when you taste it. We don't make sense. We make chicken.
Love that chicken from Pop.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you. More than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zola. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at NubianTV.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician, general, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence.
success. And the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.